Yes.
Hi, guys. Welcome to News and Nonsense. I'm AK, a queer jumpy, otherwise known as the auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
Dark and Lovely. And this is News and Nonsense. You know why News and Nonsense is News and Nonsensing? It's because the world is literally going to shit. So we're going to bring you the news our way. We'll dig through all the news and nonsense so you don't have to, and we can give you our take on it. We're here to help you separate the wheat from the chaff, the sap from the crap, the diamond from the rough, just so you know what we know, and we tell you what you don't need to know. Whatever the case is, we're here with our news and nonsense. What do you need to do whilst you're here?
Okay, all right. So, as I have put on the screen, as Yvonne said, you need to boop the like button on entry, please. Boop the like button. Share the video as well with like-minded people. Like, let more people come in so we have a big congregation to chat to and sort out the news. Also, you need to sign up to our YouTube membership. The link is in the chat now. It is just $1.99. How much is it, AK?
$1.99.
Exactly. That's all you need to pay. It's like $2.60. It's nothing really, but it means a lot to us. And you get an extra episode from the aunties every week. We will also be doing membership lives. We will have exclusive offers for you. And eventually we will start doing membership excursions where we
Yes.
will go out to screening, bowling, to eat,
Dancing,
all of that.
all of that. Um, Body Gang's got a problem. Alert, alert.
Oh, okay. Just realized my subscription is gone. How do I renew it? All you have to do, Bardi Gang, is click on the link that I put in the chat, and you will be you can sign back up
Mm.
to the YouTube membership, and it will say rejoined. Like we will get all of that.
You don't know what's happened. Sorry, and thank you for caring to re-sign and resubscribe. Thank you very,
Yeah,
very, very
that
much.
means a lot. Yvonne says, "Have booked my ticket for the live show."
Thank you. Live show coming up. 26th of September. Live show coming up at Brixton Market House. Brixton Market House. Any chance to book?
Yes, we have a live show happening on the 26th of September, Thursday, the 26th of September. This
Yeah.
is going to be our first live this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we haven't done this. So, like, calm down. It's jokes. It's jokes. It's the best thing ever.
It
What
will
do we
be.
do on the live show, AK? What
Well,
happened?
what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of news and nonsense our way in our usual, and we're going to have enemy of progress. We're going to have lots of latest updates, what's going on, gossip, and what's going on in the industry. We will welcome people to the family. We will actually, in person, bring through you to the front and answer your dilemmas in person, in real life. So you could line up, and we're going to help you in real life. So this is we're going to get real auntie resolving your issues in real life. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll have a bit of a sing song because you know that we are also Aunties with Voices. That's led
Yeah.
by Nana and AK. We are Aunties with Voices, and we will be singing with you. That's what you and we're going
Proper
to have special guests.
karaoke.
Yeah,
Proper
proper
karaoke.
and we will have special guests from time to time. So you never know who, and we're not going to tell you. You'll never know who's going to show up. So make sure you book a ticket, please, guys. Oh, Ashes to Ashes said. Oh, sorry, we crossed over. Let's go here first. Thank
Okay,
you
Body Gang, thank you.
for
Body Gang has re-signed
resubscribing.
up. Brilliant. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And she's got tickets and Ashes to Ashes. Sorry. Thank you for the PSA.
Yes, it's lit, guys. Ended up going
Oh,
last time and thoroughly enjoyed myself. And that's the truth of the matter, you know. People actually can come by themselves.
yeah.
It's a vibe regardless. You will make friends there, definitely.
Look, Yvonne's going on her own. Ashes to Ashes. If you go on your own, you can make friends. We can have member friends. It's so cute. Our family's growing. That's so cute.
Monica is asking, why are there different colors on the stars?
What
So,
stars?
the Blue Circle crew, yeah, you start off when you sign up, you are a dark blue member. And every month that you continue being a member of our membership, you turn into a different color. and it gets into lighter shades of blue. So there are some people you will see that have been with us for 2 or 3 months, and they are now kind of like turquoise, going into almost a green because they've been around for a little while. If you're a newbie, then you start off on the dark blue.
I did not know this.
Yes.
This is new information. I'm learning. This is great stuff. Good afternoon / good evening, Ronald. How are you? How is everybody? Is everybody good?
Yes. I do roll call for who is in the house.
Please.
Hey, Yvonne is here. Sora is in the house. Bardi Gang is here. Cher as well. Ashes to Ashes. Monica Kabasomi. Ria is in the house. Wendy is here as well. We have Mia in the house. Let's see. We have Ronald in the house as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it. Yvonne says membership wear name badge. I agree. Do you know what? Let's do a bit of arts and craft. Make yourself a little name tag, and the most original one will get a little Aunties prize. Remember, I said that. Don't let me get away with it, because now I promised you a prize.
I actually love that idea.
So yeah,
I love that. Bardi was asking about the link. I will add the link for the tickets in the description. Actually, I may be able to just drop it in the chat now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so let's see.
I'm
All right.
excited. Do you know what? I'm so warm in my room. I should open the back door, but then I can't bother to get up. It's a bit warm.
Yeah, if you want to get comfortable while I just find this event for
turn the camera because I don't know what's going on below. I tend to not.
Do you want me to?
1 second.
Monica is asking is that the Love is Blind
Yes.
is. I don't know if you can see it. It is. Filled with delicious prosecco. As Monica, you know, I love a prosecco. So
yes, yeah, I do.
You
didn't see a bum. I'm using this is merch. We should also have merch soon as well. And Aunties could never mug.
Merch will be there, definitely. There will be merch on sale at the live as well. So you can buy your Aunties Could Never merch.
My light is not but yeah.
Mugs.
Baggy bag. All right, so cool. Bardi, don't watch my life. The lower half is not for public consumption. What's going on below stays below.
I know. The amount of times we've been live and I've just literally been in shorts, and it's not shorts that anybody needs to see, but it's hot. It's hot in it. It's just like, I need to be in shorts. I'm sure newsreaders do that.
I mean, I guess no, because they're in an actual studio, but so you do have people around. When I'm doing like real studio work, then yeah. There is anyway, let's get into. Now I've lost my position in life. Okay, guys, are you ready for us to get into our news and nonsense? Are you ready? Do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
Go first, please.
All right. So first news and nonsense story. Did you guys know? I don't know if you guys watched Inventing Anna, the Netflix documentary, but did you know the real Inventing Anna is going to be joining Dancing with the Stars? The real Inventing Anna. So she's a focus on the Netflix series starring Anna. Sorry, called Inventing Anna. The person that is based on is Anna Sorokin. Anna Delvey.
Yeah, I think Delvey is like a made-up name anyway. I think she does actually have another name.
So actually trying to fool me. There's either Anna Sorokin and Anna Delvey is who she's going by now. She was a con artist who fooled New York's elite by pretending to be a wealthy German heiress. So she's been invited to join Dancing with the Stars, the American equivalent of Strictly Come Dancing. So in 2019, Anna was convicted for scamming over $200,000 from banks, hotels, and her high society friends. But despite her issues with the law, and she's on house arrest, and she's facing deportation, she's allowed to come on the show. She's been on house arrest since 2022, and she's wearing an ankle tag. We do have the picture, which is a very sexy picture. And she says she didn't sign up. She said, I kind of got talked into doing this. And after seeking permission from the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, aka ICE, It was too late to back out, she says. So she says she's going to bejewel her anklet monitor to keep things glamorous. So she has permission to travel up to 70 miles from her New York home, and then asked if her ankle monitor was affecting performance. She said, you know, it's actually pretty light. So this is her. She scrubs. This is the real Inventing Anna Delvey. She's looking quite glamorous. And
She does.
Huh?
She actually is looking very glamorous, but it's crazy. She's gonna be well, they're saying she's like probably gonna be deported, but she is allowed to do TV.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
And get paid. I get like, you know, you don't do this for
What
free.
if she wins? Like, what if she's good?
Oh my god, oh my god. Sora says that show was good, but again, Netflix really is good at making bad people famous again.
Really and truly. I mean, in all seriousness, should she be allowed on a national TV show? It's a family show. What are we teaching the kids at this point? Because just you can do something heinous because just because she scammed rich people, she's still scammed. She still lied and defrauded her way into the society, which we can look at two sides of the fence. But first and foremost, should she be allowed on a family TV show?
No. I think it's the wildest thing to basically, she is a criminal, and to promote her criminality, kind of, especially Netflix for one, was out of order because they really portrayed what she was doing in such a glamorous light, and it was almost Robin Hood like literally she was robbing the rich, like, but she still robbed people and she hurt her friends. They had put their trust in her. Now to then like really go even further and glamorize fraud, and that you can do this to people and be paid off by being a star now.
Exactly.
Is crazy. It's actually crazy. It's crazy. Yes, as somebody said, America is quite ridiculous.
Exactly. And Bardi says, no, she should not. I don't know what's with this new generation of being able to do bad things and then get TV shows or something to gain money. I mean, it's like integrity has gone out the window. No one cares about anything.
No.
And she's just like, this is continuing with her Inventing Anna characteristic. You know, she's like rolling with the punches. Why not? Because this is her chance to be reinserted into the public eye again and maybe get money. She's gonna win. In all honesty, she's gonna win.
She's wanted to be famous and glamorous and rich. And actually giving her this platform is nuts. It was one thing doing the Netflix show, but she cannot be a celebrity. Like basically, this is a celebrity show. No, she's going to be there with celebrities.
Yes,
mad.
This is mad. And there is an element of like someone else said who said it earlier on. Bardi Gang also said that it's so interesting because remember that black woman who lied about being kidnapped? She would never get endorsements like this. I get they are slightly different, but both hurt people. Yeah. I mean, do you know what? At this point, I know sometimes we would say that black this and then white that. But at this point, the way that these, and especially in mainstream platforms, the broadcasting channels are desperate for views. So I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. I'll take race out of it. It's anyone who's got a controversial story and isn't too criminal, hasn't done something that's too like physically damaging and according to the law. A black girl might get a chance when she gets free or when her troubles are up. You never know at this point.
Bloody hell. Yeah, it could happen.
Is this news or nonsense? Is this news or nonsense?
It's nonsense. What's
nonsense. It's nonsense. But yeah, actually, yes, that conversation about Dharma. I didn't watch Dharma, what his name, but just the premise of the show is disgusting. And Vixen's family having to relieve it was hard. And on top of that, people cosplaying him on Halloween was sad.
No.
Yeah.
An actual serial killer, and people were kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pretend to be it. Like it's wild, but again, it was the way it was told was so kind of fantastical.
Yeah.
Like it was a film.
Yeah.
Not that this happened.
I think
there's a point. I think there's a real, I don't know, but there's a way that you do it where you're retelling something that took place, and maybe you need enough time and then it can be a little bit comedic, but it can't be in living memory and you make it comedic. I actually think that is so insensitive to the families.
I think so. Just for Aaliyah's sake, Aaliyah, this is The Real Inventing Anna. I don't know if you watched the Netflix documentary. She's been booked to appear on the American dance show Dancing with the Stars. So we're just discussing, is this news or nonsense? Should she be allowed or should she absolutely not? And now we've moved on to talking about Dharma, the Dharma series. The thing is, it's really difficult because I guess retelling a story, something that happened, you're going to want to get the views, but then there's a thin line between entertainment and exposing a story and making people aware. And when the more stylized and considered you make an idea, then you're leaning into a different kind of thing. You're leaning into entertainment. When
Yeah.
this man murdered so many black men, specifically targeted black gay men, and killed them and did all that horrible stuff. I don't think the family were happy with that outcome either. But then on the flip side, something like When They See Us, Ava DuVernay's capturing of the Central Park 5, now the Central Park Freed, that in itself was very dramatic, very gritty. She really thought about the story, and then that exposed a different type of situation. So it's a bit hard when you're creative that's telling these stories, and we do blame Netflix, we do come at Netflix, but they've got to make a good show. So where's the line?
I think it's the style of it.
Yeah.
Now, really, Dharma could have been gritty as well because it was a disgusting situation, but it was the way it bordered on comedy. You can't do that. Maybe you can, but maybe it really needs like a long time.
Yeah.
And then you're like retelling it. I just thought, no, this was really insensitive. These are people, they're still grieving, like grieving losses, and it's murder as well. It's just like, no, you can't do this. This isn't the right way to tell this story at this moment in history.
Did you guys, Niecy Nash won an award. I can't, must have been an Emmy. Must have been an Emmy she won for the role that she played. And one of my friends wasn't very happy with her acceptance speech because her acceptance speech I don't think it referenced the family or the actual story behind it. She spoke more about her playing the role and being a blessing playing this role and being a black woman in this industry. And it didn't give any note to the actual weight of the character she was playing and what the story she was a part of. And I was thinking that there's so much pressure for black creatives that in winning stuff. So I think that's an extra layer of pressure. However, how do you feel about that missing out the mentioning of the family? Because I don't know. Is it pressure?
I no, I think, and I love her as well, but I think that is a real shame that she didn't actually mention the woman that she played, because also she kept it so close to the woman's testimony and all of her actions, and there should have been a thank you. There should have been. But I get it, because also she's a human going through her own shit, trying to get work, and you know what these awards means to opening up other doors for you. So I understand why her speech was really based on gratitude for the role and what she had like been able to portray than thanking the woman. I get it, but she should have done.
She played, for those of you who haven't watched the Dharma series, Niecy Nash played Jeffrey's neighbor, who kind of started to suspect a lot of stuff. But yeah, man.
The thing, she was the one that actually managed to really piece the pieces together so that he was caught, because he could have carried on killing people. So
yeah, there's that. So yes, okay. So this is a same with Anna after the show. Let's go. Same with Anna after the show. I could feel some empathy towards her from my upbringing, but still the fact she was able to steal money from people, still to this day not feeling any remorse, is mad. Yeah, she's got zero remorse. She's going to dance. She's going to dance
with her anklets on. Madness. That's mad.
When they says yes, she was she got the award for Dharma, I think, and then she got nominated for When They See Us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and now but okay, all right. So that was a nonsense.
Yes, nuances. Okay, all right. So, Olympian Rebecca, I'm going to butcher her name. I think it's Chiptigi, I think. She was killed by being set alight by her boyfriend. I'd say she was murdered now.
Yeah.
Basically, it seems like from all of the neighbor information, that they had been arguing for a few hours, and the argument escalated, left the apartment that they were in, and her boyfriend threw gasoline on her and set her alight. She sustained what? So when the news first broke, she sustained like 75% burns. He was also burnt as well in the same act. Um, and I think when I was reading stories from actually in Africa, in Kenya, from Kenyan papers, they were saying that the likelihood that she was going to survive from the doctors was very, very slim. So I was really just waiting for the news to break that she had died from her injury. The sustaining 70%, 75% burns, like realistically, how you're going to recover, because the amount of damage that that would have caused just to your skin as the biggest organ, but also the smoke inhalation, so her lungs, just absolutely shocking. But it really does raise another thing of Black women being killed all around the world by their partners, and the prevalence of domestic violence as well. And just that, it doesn't always escalate in these ways, but the stats for people that are killed by their partners are horrific, especially in Kenya as well. It's actually like, it's really scary how dangerous it is to be a Black woman in this world, and this just really like highlighted that for me. Also, I was like, this is a scary story.
It is. When I heard it as it followed it as it unfolded. I didn't even put two and two together with the 75% burns. Like I didn't even think about it. I just assumed, well, she hasn't passed, so she'll be okay. It's horrible, and there is I don't know what this is. There was just a through line. Agnes Tirop, a Kenyan long distance runner, she was murdered by her partner in 2021. And Damaris Mutua in April 2022, apparently she was found murdered in Kenya as well. Her boyfriend is the prime suspect, but he hasn't been caught. So there seems to be something, and I don't know if it's sensationalist to say that something about athletes, something maybe it's about successful women, maybe it's men feeling uncomfortable with their successful partners. I don't know, but that's 3 athletes in a very short space of time who've been killed by their partners in some way, shape, or form. And in this conversation, I was thinking, like, okay, so yes, it's a problem in Kenya, but then I did my research. I was like, is Africa more violent towards women, or is the West, or is the Caribbean? Like, what are the stats? Because when we start talking, it's going to be easy to say, well, this is Africa and this is what they do in Africa because of our cultures and traditions. It's sexist, it's patriarchal. But Africa is, again, 54 countries. Not every culture is like that. But also we have the problem in the West. We have the problem in Caribbean. But how do we discuss this without doing whataboutery? And how does it get resolved in a way that we're not just focusing in one place and saying this is an African thing? Worldwide, as you said, women are being killed by their partners in alarming rates, and it's just really frightening.
Definitely. I think when they go on like stats of violence, especially like different forms of domestic violence, so whether or not it's your husband, boyfriend, but then there's the father, brother situations as well, I think it's still India that is like
The highest.
shockingly high. And also the burning thing as well, as a form of like kind of either mutilating or killing a woman, that seems to be really prevalent within India as well. I don't know, but that seemed to trickle down when I was reading about Kenya. Similar forms of violence. So this kind of like either the person sleeping, setting a pillow alight, like just it's crazy. So either they're disfigured as well. So it's similar to doing acid. Like they're either going to be disfigured or they're going to die. It's that type of like marking you. Like really do it. That's the scary thing. But the athletes, I don't know. It needs to be looked into, because what is that? What's going on? It's actually scary, but maybe it is about like just elevating themselves, having some type of independence.
It feels like that. It feels like there's an insecurity there, because why athletes specifically? And obviously we're not discounting. It does say that Kenya does have high domestic violence numbers.
Yeah.
But this specific thing, 3 athletes in a short space of time, and also people copycat, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. There's like, okay, this is what we do. Like you were saying in India, if they're it's horrible to say, their weapon of choice is fire. In another country, it might be fists. Another country might be guns. Like, I don't know if in America if their domestic violence cases have a higher amount of guns because of the legality of guns in that country. So there's culture, tradition, religion. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, because what do you say to this man? I mean, he's in intensive care now. He might make it, he might not. If he does, he's definitely going to go to prison. But what?
Yeah, I was reading. He is actually recovering. Like, he is healing. And it seems like his burns were mainly to his limbs. So I'm thinking it's probably like arms and legs. Like, maybe just in the spark of it, he caught on fire as well. But his injuries are not seen as life threatening. So hopefully he will go to prison, and he'll go to prison for the rest of his life. Like, this is one crime. There are not too many types of crimes where I really am like, the person should be locked up for life. But this one, for life. We could not see you again.
We could not see you again, because there was. I mean, I'm definitely for prison reform and rehabilitation, and we've got a story about that later. But this one, I don't even know, because it's also about insecure men. This, as who said it? Shayla saying insecure men, shake my head. And then Wendy saying it's all over an argument over land. What? And they've got, I don't know if it's his children as well, but she had children, they're daughters. I think they have got 2 daughters, whether it's her and him or her kids. No matter what, there's motherless children right now because of land, because of an argument. What was so bad? And tying in where I think we're assuming it's a gentleman who zombie knifed the young lady at Carnival, because even if she was damn feisty, but she was protecting her child, as far as the story goes. She told the person, be careful of my child. Then she gets killed because, don't talk to me like that. How dare you talk to me like that, or something? What is this?
Mental health is crazy. I think people are really, really suffering from various different forms of psychosis around the world. But when you act out on this, you got to go away. You have to lose your freedom. I agree. I think dying is too easy in this. That needs to be punished. Definitely.
Yeah. So this is definitely news. It's something that we've spoken about it before in a previous show, about men holding other men accountable. I know it's not just the easy, it's not the full resolution. We know that environment, poverty, mental health, all these things come into effect, but women are super to the extreme. We can be super judgy of other women. We police ourselves a bit too much, but it's under the gaze of men usually. But men need to get better at pulling their friends up. They really, really, really do. Even if it's just pulling your friends up, it changes something. Pulling your sons up, pulling your nephews up. When you see some bad behavior, get used to saying, no, that's not right. Because a lot of men, yes, we had Kojo in, and he was like, sometimes stepping in could mean our life ending in some way. I understand that. I get that. But there must be ways of pulling in up your immediate circle when you see stuff's not right.
Definitely. I think so. Ronald is asking, is there a large Kenyan community in London?
Probably.
I don't know. I think of all of the Kenyan people that I know are actually mainly Asian.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I know more Indian Kenyans than I do black ones. So they haven't had a thing take place why you would have that mass migration here. Like, not like, like Ugandans, like, so that Kenya is a relatively stable country. Like, it has been for quite a while. So there wouldn't be that flight of immigration coming over here. But I'm sure there probably is, because there are a lot of wealthy Kenyans as well. So I'm sure they're about.
There's probably some somewhere. I don't know which area they've kind of migrated to properly, but yeah, definitely. So that's a big news story. Just love and condolences to her family and to her children. Hope they've got a wonderful support network, and their mother's legacy is taught to them, shown to them, and they don't miss out too much. That's the sad part. But yes, okay, I'll pick up another story. So in Toronto, A woman called Stacey Clark has been demoted for helping her black colleagues win. She's Toronto's first black female police and superintendent, and she admitted to helping 6 black officers cheat on their promotion exams during a 2021 scandal. So Stacey Clark, in an attempt to level the playing field, she says, secretly took photos of confidential interview questions and sent them to the candidates. She confessed her actions during an internal investigation, claiming her own experience with racial inequality is what motivated her to help throw the ladder down and help her colleagues get a win. Despite her otherwise exemplary career, the police tribunal called her behavior extremely serious misconduct. So now she's been demoted to an inspector for 2 years. So she can reapply for her position, but it might be a bit difficult. People are going to be like, can we trust you? So Clark has expressed disappointment in the ruling. And then Toronto says they recognize they need to improve the diversity within their ranks, because she might have made an impact after all that. But is this news or nonsense? I wanted to ask, if you had the chance to look out for black folks, would you? Where did she go wrong, and who snitched? Who snitched?
Precisely was where I was gonna go. She got snitched on.
We got a picture.
That's what they do. Let me find the picture. No, this is what takes place, though, isn't it? This is what people do. They give their colleagues legs up. It standardly happens. But somebody snitched on her. This is the problem. Because why are you saying anything?
Peter's saying, so she did what they do, regular. And then Yvonne's saying, for goodness sake, that's one of the reasons why people say black people in higher jobs are tick boxes. I mean,
it's actually like this is what takes place, though. I don't understand why she's being demoted like this. Like, people get into prominent positions for less. At least she was giving them answers. Some people just get moved up. They just get moved up. It's just like, okay, this is yours now. It's your time. Like, no, this is out of order. This is out of order. But it's one of our own that told on her.
You think so?
That's what I do know. Yes.
You think someone snitched? Or do you think it's someone was like, because also, when you make friends with your colleagues at work and you think you're in there and you're not in there, do you think she was the Lulu and thought she had friends? Maybe she was like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she was ready.
No, somebody snitched, man.
Someone definitely snitched.
Yeah. Somebody that she was helping was an informer.
So the person who snitched from the clueless somebody should, that's exactly what administrator says. The person who snitched was someone who's trying to help her.
Yeah. It's always what goes on. It's blatantly out of order. Yvonne, precisely. Nepotism only works for non-blacks, and any other leg up that's done by a black person is not looked at in the same way. That's exactly what they do. It's actually out of order.
Yeah.
But this should not deter the movement.
We should always help where you can. Help. Yeah. I'm going to help. I'm not going to get myself out of a job, but I'm going to help. I mean, I'm going to help. I'm just going to keep it like that. Keep it PC.
Yeah. I mean, she's in an institution. These are the risks. It's the risk.
She's taking she's taking
it. But
right on, soldier.
Exactly. It shouldn't deter the next person from doing the same. This is sometimes what we got to do. This is what they do all the time. Like, we got to do the same.
She should have taken it. She should have, if she was taking pictures, how did they tell? Because she admitted it. So she's really honest, because she could have said, no, not me. She could have deleted everything.
She was sending it. That was her first mistake.
Did she send it and she showed them? That's the thing. You could never have, you should have showed them and then delete.
There needs to always be a proxy. You always need a proxy to you, because you're in the position of the authority to drive your phone. So you need a proxy. You needed to pass it on or somehow leave some shit negligently, and the next person is the one that does the passing on. So it can't come to you directly.
She should have accidentally on purpose left her computer screen open, them things there, and just say, oh, do you want to go for lunch at 1? And they come to the desk. She leaves the screen and then she shuts down. It's not her fault. Like, be strategic, girl.
Mom said, just tell the idiots to keep their mouth shut. She probably tried. There's always an informer, always.
And it's true. Half the time we don't even do nepotism anyway because we're too scared of being called out for it, and we need to stop being scared. But
That's
we
what I'm
also need to keep our jobs.
Look, sometimes you just got to do it.
Just go for
Like,
it.
this should not deter anybody that is seeing this that may be in a position. Still do it.
Yeah,
Still
go
try
for
and
it.
help.
Yeah.
Just go for it. There's always other ways to make
There's
money
always-
and have a job. Like, there's different things you can do.
Yeah.
Poor woman. Look at her. Righteous black woman. We salute
Lovely
you.
woman. That's what my mum would say. She's a lovely woman as well. Look at her. Very nice woman. Very sad. Sorry, Stace. But at least she hasn't been fired. She's just been demoted. Pay cut probably, but a little bit. At the end of the day, when you come to the cookout, everyone's going to be like, get you an extra plate of chicken. You're going to get more drink. They're going to play your favorite tunes first. You're going to be celebrated in the community. So it's okay.
Yes. I hope she has she deserves a GoFundMe.
Exactly one. Or she took one for the team. That's what it is, man. Soldier, sister solidarity, man. I'm with you. That's a news story, but nonsense to the snitcher. Like, damn you, snitcher. That's an Uncle Tom, isn't it? That
is an Uncle Tom.
Or an uncle or Aunt Jemima or whatever. That's a turn.
What was the one in Django? What was his name? Stephen?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Stephen. Yeah. All of those. Like, what's going on, and you decided I'm gonna snitch.
Oh, there's that Yvonne. Oh God, Yvonne, you're being sensible. Demoting the wrong so that will be broken when she tries to climb back up. Okay, Yvonne, we can't joke about it. Yeah,
I mean, boy, but still, next person should carry it on.
Yes. Okay, next.
Okay, all right. So, next story. This is another sad one as well. Rich homie Kwan passes away, allegedly because of a drug overdose. Should I play the clip? Is that a TikTok? Is this him actually talking about drug use? Yeah. Let me see if I can get that up. And then we can
Sorry, I'm on mute. The neighbors are being noisy. Crying out loud.
See if I can do this. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna play this clip of him actually on Matt Hoffer's podcast. And he's talking about his drug use. Let's see if I can get that up. Let's go. Here we go.
I'm still booked every week though.
Oh
Money
my
ain't slowing
God.
down. 12,000.
It's so sad that this is so prevalent within, like, literally artists, and I'm glad that he went into, like, it's actually about the workload that they have as well, and the drug use go hand in hand. It always seems to be a correlation of, I need to keep on working while I'm taking these various forms of drugs. But Molly was kind of sold to everybody like, this isn't anything, like this like it's not going to affect you. And the news has come out, like, it does seem like it was a bad pill. This is one of his friends had put up, that had sent a message to another friend saying, like, yeah, it seems like it was a bad pill, or like he overdosed on something. So he would seem to still be self-medicating through this depression that he is going through with the music industry. But there's just too many artists that have this same story, that it's the same things going on and being preyed on with drugs. It's so sad. And to think, he is 34 years old.
Exactly.
Anybody looks at his pictures, he looks a hell of a lot older. And when he's talking in that interview about 6 years ago, him chatting shit about one of his other, like, compadres, he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
Like, you just have so much life ahead of you, but then blaming yourself like you've fallen off. I really, it saddens me how young people really feel like they've fallen off when shit is taking place in their 20s and 30s. Like, they have the rest of their life to pick up on what they're doing. Like, it's just really sad. It's so sad.
It is really sad. It was very unexpected, and in the run of like having, you know, there's that spate of deaths that happen in the celebrity world. So it seems like what's going on, and we just lost Batman Scoop, and then this young and two ends of the industry as well. One very young, is just starting out on his career more or less, and then you've got someone who's a veteran in the game, and there's nothing to it. Like death is so in like so, you just don't know when it's going to happen, and helping yourself along the way to death, which maybe you didn't expect that. But then also there's depression, there's the pressures of the industry that, as you're saying, like he's beating himself up for falling off, and the pressure to stay relevant, especially now when there is no wait, there's no anticipation for anything. We just want what we want now. The supply and demand is beyond what it used to be. You used to wait months, a year, 2 years before you get a new album from your artist, a new single run. But now they're turning out singles every day, all the time. And if you're not relevant, you're not making money on streams, you've got to go on tour. Touring is the only way now that artists are surviving this industry. They have to go on tour and you have to perform. And if you're high energy and you've got these tunes and you've got to go back to back to back to back, there's no training. We used to talk about how Motown used to work the artist, you're training, you're in rehearsals, you're doing all this stuff. It's like a military camp, so that when you do go on the road for these long, arduous tour lengths, you're at least some way prepared. And it didn't stop some of those artists falling by the wayside. But there's definitely an element of really understanding what you're getting into. And we've spoken about it before, about how the industry does not care for their artists. They turn into commodities that just fodder for making money for the industry. No one cares about them, the human being.
It's just another form of slavery.
Yeah.
Because there's no rest. It's like work, work, work constantly. I absolutely understand why Rihanna just like dipped out.
Honestly.
I'm not going to be on that treadmill, because they would have had her out there in the same way, like album after album after album. And then
they did.
Music doesn't make money like that. Where you make money is touring. It's touring and appearances. So then they will have you out there back to back, like you can't even sleep. You're back out on the road again because everybody needs to eat off you. So Rihanna was sad.
Rihanna was the first kind of seeing that happening. I think not she was the only one, but noticeably she was dropping an album maybe every year for a run, and then she defended, because it's like that's be interesting to see when she does have that actual more conversation and she really does talk about why she stopped music. Because that's very interesting, because she was dropping albums. Drake is on the same run, dropping albums. And it's like, because even to the point where Drake's albums, whatever he's going through, his albums are shits now. Like, he might have one or two bangers, but the care and thought that goes into his music that maybe happened at the beginning is not happening now. His last couple
it's not living. What are you drawing on? You're not actually living. Yeah. You don't actually have time to live. You're in the studio promotion. The thing is, like, as Drake is one of the biggest rappers, I have no doubt, the same way that Michael Jackson was heavily in debt, and you'd be like, how are you in debt? Drake is probably in debt in a similar way. So he has to deliver these albums. Like, he has to keep it going because of all of the mounting pressures to keep on top of all of your bills. Like, it's horrible how they lock you into it. Is a glorified loan scheme.
It is.
The music industry is like, it's actually like it's very, very scary. And I hope Rihanna does talk about it. Remember, there was one time, I think maybe it was her last album, when she got really sick on tour. And she had to stop the tour. I remember there was pictures of her with the drip and everything else. I think that may have been one of the final, like, they'll kill me, like, if I stay in this business. And they will. They do, because there are too many people that have died. Really.
Rather, you're dropping comments upon comments. Ice Spice is another one. And when we talk about the Ice Spice situation with Cleo Trapper, in some of the conversations and discourse that's been having, we spoke about in the main show, but in the discourse, it's like, actually, if it was down to really, apart from friendship aside, and I think we touched on it a little bit, but the business of it all, the business of bringing someone on tour, but then you yourself don't have the resources where everything is itemized and accounted for. We're making jokes that a chicken sandwich or, getting a little Happy Meal shouldn't be something that you hold against your friend. But there's the business element on the reality of, like, when everything has got to be accounted for. We don't know how much Ice Spice has really got in the bank versus what she owes her people.
Yeah, yeah,
not to excuse
definitely.
any bad behavior.
Bardi Gang says this is a conspiracy theory, but seriously, how does Beyonce do it? She doesn't come across that she's taking drugs, but when Beyonce tours, she tours. How has she been able to still be alive?
I mean, she's young, like she's in quotes young, and Michael Jackson was touring up until when did he pass? He was 56 or something.
Mm.
So, and Prince was coming up to also mid 50s, late 50s as well when he passed.
Yeah, I think Prince was like 52 or something actually.
Well, or
Early,
52.
yeah,
So there's years on it yet. Beyonce has years to survive, and who knows? Like, it's unfortunate that these stories always come out in later. We hope that Beyonce's not on anything that's keeping her going by force. We also know that athletes and people who do put high level of performance do have performance enhancers. Doesn't necessarily mean to say they're on negative drugs or drugs that are frowned upon. They, if you're really about it, and I don't know enough about that high performance level behavior because I'm not there, but there might be, for every bad drug, there might be a good alternative, a healthy alternative, and they definitely have the resources and the money to be able to be on the very best of the best without it dipping into the bad stuff. However,
I mean, there's always rumors about
there's
how
always rumors.
Beyonce stays up and on top. But what I will say about Beyonce is she does seem to have downtime away.
She does.
Away from all the eyes, and she doesn't do press. So she doesn't do press tours like that as well. So she's just performing. I still think it's too much anyway, because like her dates are nuts, but there are people that are able to do that. Like she, if anything, she is like an athlete though.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, it's like I wonder, but if she was doing things, touring and being out there and doing bits, a bit like Nicki Minaj, I would be suspicious.
Yeah, it does. Destiny Love says, I've worked in this industry and trust me when I say it's peak at all levels. I've been behind the scenes and in front of the camera and know with what you have to tolerate, you will need an escape. And that's the part, like, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my word.
Yeah.
Manuel says Motown had touring reviews where the up and coming toured with the established performers and learned from them. Yeah.
And probably the good, the bad, and the ugly. They probably learned the good stuff and the bad stuff. But performance-wise, it's the craft, is really understanding and respecting the craft, which is gone. But pair that with that pressure and the newfound pressure of trying to make money when money isn't abundant as it used to be. And then just also, we've got people, we've said it before, people that are just coming from, if we're looking at rappers, and typically, we know that the rap facade, I came from the gutter and I had like 3 beans and a biscuit for breakfast every day. And some of them actually didn't come from that kind of broken poverty background. We have that, but then a lot of people are just coming from working class backgrounds, thrown into the limelight. You haven't developed your character of your young person. You don't know what your weaknesses are, what your pressures are. So this Rich Homie Quan coming into this, what was his background? What was he coming from? What trauma was he coming from? And then to be thrown into this position where everything's being thrown, women, guys, brethrens, and all the stuff performing, and then people are throwing drugs everywhere. Everyone's just taking, it's okay. It's going to take a lot of willpower and a good network that not many people have when you're thrown on the road. You got hangers on, you got fake homies, you don't know who to try, all that stuff.
Well, I mean, the fact that it was a family member that was like, I've got something that would keep you away. Yes, like MDMA will do that, but to rely on it, and especially where it's like they're popping Molly, and then you're even mixing with like lean as well. It's such a crazy culture of just being drugged up to function. You're in that world, so it's scary, and it's not everybody's constitution that can abuse it like some people, like that they carry on going for years, and it's like, oh, it can't be that bad because this person always is on something. Not everybody's body is like that. It's not like compared to some addicts, Amy Winehouse wouldn't be seen as that, like she's gonna die at 27. There are people that can abuse their bodies even more than her that will be able to get to 60 before something starts failing. But you don't know what your body is gonna do. it's just scary. It's the way they treat artists.
Yeah.
Like, it's not art that they're making. It's like you've got to be out there on a treadmill every single day singing for a buck. It's actually a horrible, horrible business.
Yes. Destiny says, I walked away because I saw too much. I've decided to work with self and be so independent that I don't need to work under nobody. I love entertainment, but I hate the people that don't care what it takes. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. And Lil Wayne, look at Lil Wayne. I mean, it's Lil Wayne. Well, yeah, he's got
holding on by a thread. Mate, Lil Wayne's had seizures. He's been hospitalized. Like, hanging on by a thread, that guy is. Like, really. And you see his decline. It wasn't that long ago. Lil Wayne was looking fine. And then all of a sudden, Lil Wayne looks like a 65-year-old man.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Will Smith's The GOAT too says, well, unless you're a megastar, you have a finite window to get your hits in order to sustain some sort of career going forward. 100%.
I think that's the scary perception that a lot of people have. But realistically, not everybody needs to be mega famous or portray this lifestyle of super riches. You can carve out a really good career with a solid fan base and make money, but you're not going to be on jets, and you don't have diamonds dripping all over you. Like, you don't have to have all of that, but there's so much in, I've only got a window of opportunity. There are people that have flipping 70-year careers because they were taking their time. Really, not everybody's got to be fast with it.
But that's what this is pushing your face. You've got to live fast, die young. That was a big tune by Rick Ross. So
that's the all of these men, they're just bullshit. Like, literally, like,
and that's
bullshit.
That's the part when you really unpack. I've been in my video essay bag. So there's a few. FD Signifier's got some good ones, and it's just really like, honestly, I'm just enjoying the run. I'm just in that bag, and it's just unpacking the things that even I've fallen for. Like this, the whole hip hop world is my thing. I know when I was younger, me and my friend with baggy trousers would wear masks. We'd think we were bad. We thought we were gangster bitches, all that type of stuff. But I had a family I had a background that didn't push me further into it or make me feel like this is a real part and parcel of my life. And there's people that are so close in proximity to that lifestyle that they have to act it out in real and not really understand the repercussions at all.
Yeah, it's wild. Yes, Lil Wayne does it. Ronald says, remember Gerald Levert? He worked himself to death because a lot of people depended on him.
Look at that. And I love Gerald Levert.
That's also the issue with this. But like record companies, execs, A&Rs, they prey on that. They prey on the rags to riches because they know that there's so many other people that will be telling you to ignore the shit.
Yeah.
Like, because their life is going to change.
Yeah.
It's such a horrible space. It really is.
It is capitalism. It is who controls the industry. It's all of that stuff. And you are easily replaceable as well. So that's why people feel like
that's it. Because they keep on throwing this dream out to people, like showing one side of it, showing the fame, but then you're not seeing all of the sacrifices. The fact that so many people in their 20s are like, I watched a video with this guy, he's 22. And he was like, if I'm not earning 100K by the time I'm 25, it's like I've really failed. And I was like, see, you're so insane that you think this, but I literally have to have this conversation with my nephew almost daily.
Yeah.
The same perceptions. If I haven't made it by the time I'm 25, made it in what? What do you think you are going to master in 3 years? You are going to turn money around like that. Like, what do you think? How do you think life really goes? But because they keep on seeing so much images of people living this glitzy lifestyle that they're not even living. Most of it is rented. You don't know what they are when they turn the camera, what shit they are now walking back into after you've watched those moments of them like flashing some Rolex at you that they may have some man there that takes it from them. Like,
exactly.
You're just like, it's so insane, but they believe it.
And it's like you can't undo it. And as Peter's saying, entertainment is used as a distraction. They prey on the young and screaming, exactly what you're saying. It's like, what is it that they don't believe when we're talking? And it is that generational thing that you can't, they have to live it. I have some of my nieces and nephews like, oh, auntie, like, what am I going to do? And I feel like I haven't done this. Even my daughter's her own pressures. She's like, oh, I haven't done this and I haven't achieved this. Is me, but you're a whole nurse. You're a whole graduated nurse and you feel some sort of way. So it's like, but it's very hard to explain when the world is bombarding you with all these things that you've got to have this, and then you're never going to buy a house, but you've got to have millions. And
just this is, I mean, as much as I will say it to him, always like, I have been where you are.
You can't, aunties.
I'm telling you, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
And then I'm telling you, look, you're going to get to 30.
Yeah.
And you're going to understand the words that I'm telling you now. And you're going to be like, oh, I should have listened. I'm like, I implore you to just listen to what I'm saying. Just 30%. Because when I was doing my degree and my teacher was always like, you could study more. Like, you should actually do a master's in this. And this was like television stuff. I did media performance. He's like, you should do a master's in this. If you really think about if you want to, or you should go to film school or you should go to drama school. I'm like, that's all long. I don't want to do another 3 years. She was like, another 3 years is going to happen. Whether you do it or not, you are going to be around for 3 years more. Like, do something that's going to secure your future. And I didn't. And now I am like, what she said was so simple, but the truth. And I wish something in me had just been like, let me listen to this woman who is older than me, who knows.
There's an element, I don't know what it is, young, because I couldn't bear to listen to my mum. I couldn't bear to listen to anybody tell me anything. Because I'm like, you don't understand what it's like right now.
Yeah, right now, exactly. You don't know.
In that moment, because we're so self-centered about what's going on in our immediacy. So it's so hard to see the woods for the trees, especially when you're young. Because for some reason, young people look at older folks and think, you lot don't even get it. You don't understand my pain. And I don't understand what it is, but I've been there too. So I get it. But this is definitely why we are important, because there is something in the way that maybe we deliver the information that might stick earlier than, because my advice came as a lecture from my mum. It came as telling off. It came as, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. But where with my daughter and my nieces and nephews, it's a conversation. It's like, hey, this is my experience. Look at it. Because I mean, I'm walking, talking, living, breathing. This is my life right now. This is what I didn't do. And this is where I'm here. And this is what I did do. And this is why I'm here. So I don't know.
No, I know it's so hard. It's so hard. Like, sometimes I am like, I think he's half listening to me. And
they are listening.
He'll say something else about, by the time I'm 25. And I'm like, dude, at this moment in your 20s, you literally need to be seeing yourself as a battery. You need to be doing as many different things as you possibly can. Get all the experience for probably very little pay. And then you're going to move into your 30s, and then you're going to be able to hone in on, maybe there's 2 things I want to do now. And then you hone in there and your pay is going to get better. By the time that you're 40s, you should be like, now I'm going to run my business, because you've got so much experience.
I literally, when I was young, that's how it goes. Because I watched my mum. She's very blessed to have been a nurse and have the security of the nurse pension and state pension. So she's blessed in that respect. So she's secure, but she never wanted to be a nurse. And I'm never going to do what doesn't make me happy. And I always say to young people, like, if you don't know what you want to do, first of all, do what you're good at. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I got kicked out of college. The first thing I'm good at, I couldn't fail at, was doing hair. So whilst I was figuring it out, I went and did hair. And that's what kept me going. That's what kept me in. Listen, all the times I was struggling, hairdressing saved me. And then when I figured it out, motivated by being a young mum, went and studied English. Again, something I couldn't fail at, but also media. So I married the 2 things that I'm good at. And I went through, and sometimes I've done things for free, for no money. You have to be smart. You don't do it for free forever, but you just try things out. You say, yes, I said yes to doing Naomi Campbell's hair. To be fair, I wasn't ready to do Naomi Campbell's hair, but I said yes, because I was like, I'm going to take a punt on this, because I'm going to try everything I can to get myself to a level where I'm the best of what I can do, and be renowned for what I do, what I want to be, and what I want to get into. You have to try everything. You can't let this world tell you that you deserve this, you have to do that. Try everything and figure it
While you
out.
have the energy, it's like do all of the things.
All of the
Especially when
things.
you don't know what you want to do. It's like don't kind of like wishy-washy about it. Try something.
Mm,
6 months here, 6 months there, be available, like all of that because you have all of the energy. You don't want to then wake up in your 40s and be like, oh my God, I wasted all of that time like chasing shiny things, shot
yeah,
in here, doing that. Like you why? Like that's your peak energy source. Like it's so frustrating.
it is
Quite
frustrating.
frustrating. But you know, what can you do? We can do is
What could you? We can only talk. I'm just going to talk, and then you'll listen one day.
yeah.
Yes,
Administrator said you touched Naomi. Did you touch her?
yeah. I wonder I'll tell my story properly, but yeah, man. It was a moment in my life that I will never forget, and I cherish. She is amazing. She's the queen. That's all I will say. Naomi's the queen. Her work ethic is beyond. In that space, because she's maybe a few years older than me, being in her presence, you want to know someone who works hard. I will never have a bad word to say about Naomi Campbell, Miss Naomi Campbell. I will never have a bad word to say. That woman works freaking hard. I think I did her hair for about best part of a year. And the reason why I say I wasn't ready was because I was still juggling British Blacklist, and I just had a lot going on, and where I was transitioning out of doing hair, but the opportunity came because I was still doing hair for fashion shows and magazines. And we met on a Vogue shoot, and I was like, look, I could do hair if you need some help. So in between, it wasn't like I'm main stylist, but for smaller events and stuff, I'd go and do her hair. But being in her presence and the demand that woman was under at the time when I was doing her hair, it's not a joke. So when I see stories about her being this way and that way, I think there's two lanes to it. There's someone that needs to have her shit tight. You cannot come. That's why I had to stop doing her hair, because you cannot come to Naomi Campbell half-assed. You have to come to Naomi Campbell ready as hell, because that woman needs your 100%. And that was a lesson for myself. You can't go half-assed on certain things. If you want to be the best, you can't take it 50%. You have to be at your A game when you're dealing with someone who's A game. That woman, my God, my God. Anyway, that's my story about Naomi.
Ronald says, I saw Eddie Kendricks of The Temptations performing when he was dying from cancer, and the audience knew he was. It was heartbreaking. He needed the money.
Shit, man.
That's
Look at that. And
that's
that's what you don't want to be. Like performing on demand because you feel like you didn't give yourself room for anything else. Not to blame him, but then what else? Where was the support for when he was like, we need to stop? Because there's a lot to be said about artists as well and how they're mistreated. I think Nas has just opened a foundation to support aging rappers. And there's another foundation that they've done as well.
yeah, yeah.
Sure that, because there's probably a bunch of rappers that were big at a certain time that are living like worse than maybe you and any of us.
Well,
And
definitely because of the deals. It's
yeah,
the deals that they were signed to, but then it's also the ego, it's the
yeah,
pride. I can't just get a normal job. It's all of that. So then you kind of further put yourself in poverty,
mm,
being afraid to pivot because of what people are going to say. Because at one
exactly.
stage you were famous. And it's just like, oh, it actually breaks my heart. It really does. It really
Yeah,
does break my heart. The way how artists, you give so much, like they actually become like the soundtrack to our lives.
yes.
And they get so little pay for what they've contributed. It really does. It hurts my heart, man.
Listen, Yvonne, I mean, there's been no way to talk about Oasis, but them fighting brothers are like, listen, because they're gonna stand to make a lot of money from this reunited
They've
tour.
got to.
I want to go. I
They've
want to
literally, they've got to make money now. These guys, as much as they hate each other,
listen.
are like they keep on getting divorced and shit. It's like they need to start making money. I think it's not even just the brothers. I think the band in general do not like each
Listen,
other, but needs must.
hey, gotta fix it. We'll fight on afterwards. Just go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
So
God.
yes, this is big news. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan, and just with more care needs to be taken in the industry. I don't know how we fix it. I don't know how we fix it. Oh,
All right, go into the next one. I'm coming.
okay. So the next story. something's happening. So guys, I don't know if you've watched Lee Daniels' The Deliverance. Bear with me, I'm going to see if I can get the picture up on screen. I'm not very good at this because I'm new to this bit. But yes, if anyone who's watched Deliverance on Netflix, it's Lee Daniels' new film. Basically, it's about a woman whose house is basically haunted. She moves into a haunted house and her kids get possessed. The story is based on a true story. Latoya Ammons and her family moved into a home in 2011 in Gary, Indiana, where they reportedly experienced disturbing paranormal experiences like levitations and strange behavior from their kids. And several witnesses, including medical staff and police, also claimed to observe these bizarre occurrences. And so after these occurrences kept happening, the mother basically got some help from a local priest and performed multiple kind of exorcisms. And after a while, everything stopped. And then they moved away and everything apparently stopped. And she was running with social services. They took her kids away and then she got them back because they thought she was abusing her kids. So all of that has been remade into Lee Daniels' new film called The Deliverance. And this time Lee has though cast, so Latoya is a black woman, her family's black, and then fully black, dark skin black, let me be specific. And Lee cast Andra Day, who is a singer actress. She's a light skin actress. I don't know if you know her. She was in his other film, The United States versus Billie Holiday. She played Billie Holiday. And they also cast Glenn Close, the legend, the white actress legend, who was in Fatal Attraction, if you're old enough, and a series that I loved was Damages. She was also in Damages, played a very wicked woman, but she was brilliant in that. So she played the hood mother. She played Andra Day's character as a hood mum. And people are kind of pissed because, as I said, Latoya, the person the story is based on, is black. And so they felt like there's a bit of remixing of history and color erasing by casting a light-skinned woman and a white woman to play someone who's actually full black. All the children are black and dark skinned in the film. But yes, I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't know what you thought of it. I don't know if you've seen the clip. There's a very crazy clip of Glenn Close when she's possessed. I don't want to ruin it for everybody. Can you get the picture up of her? I was trying to do it and I couldn't talk and work.
Okay.
First of all, the picture of Glenn Close and Andra Day. Monique's also in it. She and Lee Daniels made up and she reunited to be in this film as well. And I'm just saying, have you watched it yet?
I have not. Because nobody wants to watch it in this house.
It's not that scary. To be fair, it's not that scary.
Not. Okay. I was trying to watch it with Russ and he was like, I'm not watching that.
So this is Glenn Close and Andra Day in the, I have to think about the size of the pictures to make sure that the names are in there. So yeah, this is Glenn Close and Andra Day. They're playing mum and daughter. And then there's another picture of Glenn Close, a bit more close up in her hood mama. She did very well. I was very surprised that she did well as a hood mama. Yes, Glenn Close is a brilliant actress. But yeah, people are complaining. I don't know how you guys feel. It's on Netflix, Destiny. It's not that scary. To me, it's not that scary. I watched it on my own. It was late. I didn't feel like I had to watch anything else afterwards. This is her. Look at her. She looks good. She's like a real good mama.
She does. She really does. I actually kind of understand what he was saying, but I think he just articulated it in the wrong way. But
what did he say? Oh, we have got a clip of a link to it, but what did he say? I forgot the words that he actually said.
He said that it's like these women are a part of the fabric to kind of black culture.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they're not the fabric to black culture, but they are a part of it.
Yes.
And I think that's what he was meaning. I mean, he needs to explain it further himself, but I think that's what he was saying.
He's basically saying that in every hood you've got a white woman that, you know, she's got her mixed race kids, and that's just, she does look like Shirley Will Smith. She does look like Shirley. She does. And like Shirley, but she did well. It's Glenn Close. I mean, someone could have. One of my friends was like, "No, Glenn Close could never get it wrong," but someone could get it wrong. She could have and really overdone it, but she did well. But I guess the thing is, we're protective of our stories, and there's not enough black stories told. But the difference is, this is a black man telling a story how he wants to tell it. It's based on, it's not a true retelling, as Ronald rightly pointed out. I mean, I don't, there's also
we all know a woman like this, though, yeah?
Yes.
Like, I can think of plenty.
Yes.
Like, there's a few. So, I like Glenn Close, though. I really do.
I mean, she's a bad boy actress. She's a bad girl, and she does well in this. Like she does. She's not over. She's believable in the moment, and she does well. I was like, who knew? But Lee Daniels has a reputation for being he's not a bad filmmaker. He's not the best, but he's not a bad filmmaker. And someone's saying it gave Tyler Perry. I actually thought the film was not Tyler Perry-ish at all. It's like a 2 out of 5 basic horror, because horrors, it's very hard to pull off a horror to the point where you really truly are. You don't want to go to sleep for a week. Like those level of horror films, that's when I'm like, I don't want to watch you, because why am I paying to be scared on purpose?
Like this, that's scared. Yeah. Like it's those levels of scared. I don't think a film has done that to me since Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, there's a film called, oh my god, I don't want to remember the name. There's a film that's a real proper horror. It was about a nun. It was terrible. There are a few out there that if you like, I don't know, man, it's long.
But Blair Witch Project, oh my god, I was so scared for so long.
Yeah,
I actually, to be fair, I don't think I've watched a horror that could do that again. Anyway, I just avoid them. So that's why when Russell was like, "I'm not going to watch this," I didn't even watch the trailer. I was like, if it's too scary, I'm not going to watch it either. But it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, my nature of business, and for some reason, I watch a lot of films for awards season and stuff like that. So when you get some films, there's quite a lot of horrors. People make a lot of horrors out there, and sometimes it's okay, relax, man. Why did you keep making horrors? So I'm dreading. I haven't got to the horrors yet, but I know there's going to be a lot of horrors on the voting system that I've got to watch. But yeah, I mean,
I love this. Ronald says, "Wouldn't it be funny if Glenn Close finally got her Oscar for playing a hood mama?" That is probably what will happen.
No. Let's keep it, and then let's talk about this part, because it's got like a 2 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think there's an element of racism on the disrespect of this film, because it's Lee Daniels and because Glenn Close is in that. It's like, because I was actually surprised that she did it, but one of my friends was like, well, no, Lee Daniels has worked with some stellar people in his career, so I don't know where he fares in white people's land. But Glenn said yes. But then also I was like, well, what's the conversation there? Because definitely white women in Hollywood, Glenn's like close to, if she's not 80 yet, she's very close to 80.
Definitely.
Roles for white women in Hollywood are terrible. Whereas in Black Hollywood, we will cast grandma until grandma can't grandma no more. Leslie Uggams gets it. Maya Angelou gets roles. So Ruby Dee, we cast our old women for long. So there's a difference in that. So I don't know if Glenn was like, shit, I need a check, or she's like, no, I respect Lee, I want to be in this role. But it's definitely not going to win an Oscar for sure.
Bardi Gang is asking, side note, what is Auntie Nana drinking? It is Prosecco.
Yes.
It's almost finished now.
Bardi also wants to be scared. She's like, I need a really good film that will scare me. I never watch
crazy.
So
earlier on, somebody was asking about my tattoo, which I'm considering getting removed. What arm is it on this one?
Yeah.
To be fair, what I thought it says, what they told me when I got it done, it's Chinese symbols, because obviously this was done in the 1900s, is different, special, meant to excel. I haven't met somebody who can tell me exactly what it actually means.
Oh no.
Hopefully that is what I'm walking around with, the Chinese symbols for different, special, meant to excel. But I'm really considering getting it removed actually and doing something else.
What's on your t-shirt also?
It's a black woman. Can we see?
Yeah, an afro.
This is an afro outline. This is one of my t-shirts. It's a Love Yaya. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Bardi. Are you a guy? Oh, I didn't know that, That's my fault. I just assumed, Bardi makes me think of Cardi. So I think of Cardi B. Sorry. That's me. I'm new to the place. Sorry, my guys. But sorry, quickly on horror films. What's you lot's favorite horrors? Because my favorite horror of all time, which is is Salem's Lot, which is super scary. I used to always watch Nightmare on Elm Street. When I was a kid, I used to love Stephen King books. I've still got all my Stephen King book collection. He's one of the best writers of horror in the whole wide world, and he's a brilliant writer on anyway. So I should read all of that. And The Shining is also super scary. Those are my, and Christine, actually also, yeah, Stephen King books are, whew.
I think, and I think it was old when we were kids. So Omen.
Yes, of course.
The original one. So I feel like that was actually made in the 70s, wasn't it? It wasn't even made in the 70s. Yeah. But I watched it when I was probably about 10. I think that still stays in my mind as like one of the most like horror films. Yeah, like proper horror.
Have you watched The Shining?
Shining as well.
Yeah.
I watched that with my brother a couple of times.
Shining, you watched a couple of times with your brother?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
We didn't actually find it that scary. That's the thing, because we had seen so many like bits and pieces.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it wasn't that nuts. But I think still Blair Witch Project. I will never watch that again.
Oh, I think when I do you know, I took a long time to watch, and I think when I watched it, I wasn't as scared as I thought I would be. Terrifying. It's horrible, but yeah, definitely. I love scary films. So Shayla, Ashes is the scary cat. Insidious. I don't know if I've seen Insidious. Let me see. Insidious.
Oh, Carrie was good. That was a good one.
The book is better.
Yeah.
Carrie's, the book, yeah. That's like I said, Stephen King books are better than the films, but the ones that are the most scary adaptations is The Shining, Salem's Lot. That's about vampires. That's creepy as. I'm even scared because right now, my door's open. Salem's Lot, The Shining, Pet Sematary is also freaking scary. Carrie, I felt, was more thrillery than scary.
Yeah, it's thrillery. It's thriller. So, the black guy, his name just flew out of my head. The one that did Us, Get Out.
Jordan Peele.
That's a thriller, yeah?
What?
They're not horrors, they're thrillers.
They're kind of, well, Us and Get Out. Get Out is what they call it, race horror or something like that. And Us is more of a horror, but they're like horror thriller.
Thriller. Yeah. I did like
Amityville. Yes. Oh my God. Sorry.
Oh my God. Yes.
Amityville House.
Yes, Amityville House. Yeah, that's a good one as well.
To be fair, the original It. Oh, I can't remember. That scared me. But the book, I've read the book so many times, and it is scary. But I've read the book so many times. The book is amazing. The new adaptation is good, but nothing beats the book. Nothing beats the book.
Oh my word. Okay, you guys are just throwing up so many. Alfred Hitchcock's The Bird. My sister loved Alfred Hitchcock. Like that. It doesn't matter what was coming on TV, especially on BBC Two, because they'd always show Hitchcock films. Like that was. Oh, what happened?
I took her away. Then
okay. That was. I loved him, and I remember watching The Birds. Like
I remember
watching that as well.
Actually scared of thrillers too. Cujo, yes, Cujo was good. That's another one from Stephen King. He had a run. And there was Firestarter as well. That was a bit scared. What about Poltergeist? No one's talking about Poltergeist. Poltergeist 1 was bad.
Oh yeah, we watched. Oh, me and my brother watched that together. I don't remember being that scared about that. I wanted to float. Like all of those types of things. Like
I don't like float because float's in It, and it's like sometimes we all float down here. That's a very scary line in.
No, those types of things were not scary in our house. Like from when you hear of the different, I call them superpowers that was within the family, it was like that wasn't scary. No. Yeah. To hear of somebody floating, this person went into the bush and they were walking through trees. Like these are the stories that we would hear of. This, your uncle could do that, your granddad could do that. So it wasn't a scary thing. It was more like, oh my God, I wish I could float up. It was like that.
I mean, Waving Cat Designs, gang, Stephen King, gang. Lil Rock, you must have just joined the conversation. This is what we're talking about, The Deliverance. Have you watched it? What did you think? Yeah. The Exorcist is disgusting.
The Blob, I remember that. That's an old school one as well.
Vaguely remember that. Who remembers Tales from the Hood? It was the black one, and it had like not Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Hood. And
I
one
don't
of the
remember the black one.
this was the black version of Tales from the Crypt, and it was I have it on book DVD somewhere. Tales from the Hood. It's 4 different stories. One of them were about slave puppets that came to life and came to kill people. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I used to love Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street 1 is the worst. It's the most scary. And Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was cool. It had all the kids coming after Freddy. And Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was just stupid.
No, like all of the new age ones, like Saw.
Yeah, not scary.
I'm just not particularly interested in any of those bits.
No. But in this day and age, to scare myself on purpose and pay for it, I don't like the idea.
No.
I don't know what was wrong with me as a child. The most I'll do will reread a Stephen King book, but not Salem's Lot.
So did you watch Halloween, the reboot? Did you have to watch that? You know, when it came back again, so Halloween, the reboot, it had
I don't know if I watched it.
Jamie Lee Curtis, but she played.
Oh no, I didn't care for it. No, I didn't bother. I didn't. That wasn't in nomination run, so I didn't watch that.
Okay.
I didn't really care either. But yeah, man.
Makes sense.
So everybody watch The Deliverance when we're back next week. Let me know what you thought of it. It's not that scary. I promise you, it's not that scary. If you're a scaredy cat, you might be a bit jumpy. So make sure you have some comedy and something funny to watch afterwards. But it's really not that scary.
Okay. All right. Okay. So next story.
Yes.
Kim Kardashian is making her 8-year-old son sign some type of contract so that he doesn't spill any family tea, basically. This is Saint. She has an 8-year-old son, Saint, with Kanye West, and he wanted to do a YouTube channel for a while, so she says. But anyway, so now she has allowed him to have a YouTube channel, and she put it out there that he has also had to sign some type of a little NDA thing, and he signed it so that he is able to have this YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, what do you think? Do you think her children should be on socials? Especially when Kanye is so opposed to this, but Kim seems to still, Northwest has her account, although it's her and Kim, but she still has a TikTok account. And now Saint has a YouTube. Do you think it's okay?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it seems wild to say of all the kids to not have a YouTube account or social media, it'd be these kids. So no, it's like, I feel like it's redundant to say no. But in general, my child at 8, 9, 10's not got a YouTube account in that respect. I think maybe if they had exceptional talent in something and it was like they're just bouncing off the walls, maybe I'd have a controlled account for them in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. At the moment, it's very easy to say, absolutely not. You're not having one. You're too young. Live life. Not have that external pressure of social media talk, like that outside world of commentary. No, I would want to protect my child from that as much as I can. But being Kim Kardashian, I understand why her kids, this is an extension of what they do. But what I'm not really a fan of is this parents not really understanding how talented or talentless your kids are. Like, how talented are her children to be doing this? But also, what else have they been shown? How do you argue when they've been on camera since birth?
I lean more towards Kanye isn't on his kids being on socials.
Yeah.
And I think for your children to be on socials, both parents need to be like, this is what's going to happen. I don't think it should be the one that has like the primary care that they make the decisions on this one. I don't actually think it's okay. And then also there's so much speculation that the Kardashians may not have their TV show anymore. And so they, as a family, have decided we are now going to focus on the next generation being the cat house. So they're rolling out the kids. And it's like, that's wild. Like, really. Like, can they not just be children?
There's that. Can they not just be children? Let them just live their life. They've been in the public eye from birth, as most of them have. And you touched on a great point, the fact that one half of this relationship does not like this idea of them being in the public eye like this. it's bad enough both the parents are just whining out online in different ways. Now the kids have roped into it. And and signing an NDA, how protect, because I think one of the kids, her nephew, one of them did get online and start talking nonsense about the family anyway. And that's because they're a kid. The kid's going to talk. This NDA, I think it was a joke because we got a picture, it's handwritten. So I don't know how binding it is because he's a kid. So I think it was like a little, maybe it was a bit of a joke, but you can't put it past these people. You know, like, yeah, you're going to sign something. But imagine if it came to the point where they're in like a legal battle because he spilled some. Like, what are you going to do, Kim? The best thing is just don't have him on the thing at all. Let's not do it. Let's leave it at that. They don't have to be online. So
at all, even if they want to, and nobody has to see what they do online either. Like I don't like that North gets involved in so many adult stuff. Like I think she's literally too young to be in so many different spaces with adults. Even it just doesn't sit well with me.
Me too. And I think there's an over egging of, okay, I'm like, guys, seriously, don't come for me. I'm not criticizing a child, but I think there's an element of gassing this child who hasn't demonstrated all the talent in the world. She's just like any other kid, but yet she's getting these millions and hundreds and thousands of likes on her. Literally, she could put a pink scarf on, and go la 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 la, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, North, you're so funny! Oh my god, you're so talented!" And that's the kind of gushing I'm seeing from, I'm assuming, adults in the comments. Yeah. This is a wild. That's what I find really weird, is the way that adults are gushing over North. She hasn't developed anything yet. She hasn't defined who she is. Oh God, not to disrespect her as a child. She's a child. She should be enjoying being a child and figuring out. She shouldn't have her shit together. And it's clear that she doesn't, because she's just a kid.
Yes. I think it's that, but also, what is that teaching her? People, there are adults addicted to likes as it is, let alone, and they have fully, well, you'd hope, but their brains have developed, let alone a child who is able to see this adoration. Like, how is that going to shape her self-esteem? Is she going to be reliant on always being praised or always having this type of a following? How does she grow up through this? Because there's loads of people saying that her dad now has some type of brain damage. Like, there's so many things going on. I don't think they also need to be in front of the public as well.
No, I think it's that. I think give them a little minute, and especially if you're scared that your series is not going to get renewed, they have been rolled out. The Kardashians have been rolled out as such high, inspired, like, sorry, what's the word? Business people to be looking up to aspire to their level of success. They're meant to be multi-business women. They've got so many business fingers in many pies. Why are we not then come away from the TV and let your businesses flourish? You guys got makeup lines, you got clothing lines, you got all these things that we're being told that you are literally the epitome of business women. Then let them businesses reign. Like, we don't have to see you on TV all the time. Why are you panicking about your TV show not being on? And also, what is that drug that you lot are addicted to, that needing to be on all the time? Have a minute. What does that look like? Have a minute when the cameras aren't on.
I actually can't wait for the day. Like, the same way Paris Hilton obviously had her time and went. The Kardashians have managed to last even longer. But when they are a thing of the past, I cannot wait.
Let's
see. Destiny Love says, what happened to children be children? Can they be private and enjoy their life? Look at Blue Ivy. She's still in her own world after following her mother on stage. Beyonce don't play.
It's that, because also we talked about that with Blue Ivy. Some of my friends of mine were like, yeah, we don't like the idea of Blue Ivy being on stage either. That's just pure nepotism. But in contrast to North taking up space on that Disney show where she wasn't very good, Blue Ivy is not taking up someone's space. She's on her own mum's tour. Best believe, if my child can sing a lick, she's coming on tour with me. And if she can do something, I'm not going to be delusional, but if she's shown some interest and talent, we're best than my own project. I'm not affecting anybody else. It is my project. You're going to come up on stage, and if you can do it, do it. And Blue Ivy, like demonstrably improved over the time of the tour. She was nervous and shy at the beginning, and by the end of the tour, she was leveled. She did really, really well, and she improved. And you're learning at the hands of your mum in your mum's own space. And as was said, she ain't online. She isn't online. I don't know if she's got. She probably does have a burner account, but as Blue Ivy at Blue Ivy, we can't at her right now.
No, and we don't see any content from her.
No, nothing.
North actually does content. It's like she is. Well, how old is North? North is like 11 years old. Like literally making content all the time. It's too much.
It's too much. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Beyonce wouldn't let her children do anything unless they wanted to. In her film, she said Blue begged her, and she had to prove to be there. That's why I love how Bay and Jay are raising their kids.
For what it's worth.
Yes.
Okay, so Ronald says Jaden Smith is a Nepo baby poster child.
Yes. But he's talented.
But he can act, and he can't, like the Smith kids have their own thing going on, and
I don't even think we can deny it with those two. They are actually talented.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he was a very good child actor.
Yeah.
Even his music, I still like his tunes.
And Willow's good too. I'm not mad at them. This is because this has been on our document for a little while. I haven't got all the information. I wanted to have a conversation about black Nepo babies specifically. How do we feel that now we've got a generation of we're going to have a generation of rich black kids that are coming up and in a way that we never had before. It's new what we're going to have. As North, Blue, the Smith kids, and all these, like the children of the basketball players, all the black actors that have got kids, they're all coming up, and we're going to have a generation of millionaire black children who are going to get into the industry like white folks did to theirs. And are we still going to be mad at Nepo babies if they're black?
No. I think it's how it should go. Like there's a point. There's points in time where then you can gun them for not having any talent. But still at this moment in time, I think generally for black children, they still have extraordinary talent. I think it changes though, the less black the kid is. I think that's when the roles can get skewed. But black children, like if you think of LeBron James' son, Bronny, he is still a great basketball player. He hasn't just got on the team because he can play a little bit of basketball. Like there's still the twice as better rule applies for black kids. Still there.
Ronnie gets that a lot though, that he's like just in it because of his dad. But yeah, he had to prove himself to some level, because if he was absolutely shit, there's no way they wouldn't be able to hide it. It's just like you're not gonna get, because he was like wasn't first draft and all that type of stuff. There's a little bit of nepotism. I think we long deserve a leg up. I think where I draw the line where it's not going to be fair, and we don't have to do what they do. Like, don't do just because the white folks did bad, we do bad. Have some talent. I think that's fair, and don't teach your child to be wicked and step on people. Like, you can have morals, but definitely, if my child doesn't want to be in the industry, but if she wanted to be a journalist, editor, or something, she's going to get first doors. Like, I'm not going to say, no, you have to work for it. I'm going to, because I know, little black girl, get your time to shine. Mummy will help you.
Definitely. I don't know what's going on with Michael Jackson's kids.
They're not his kids, first of all, allegedly.
I would say genetically, it's not looking possible.
It's not looking good at it.
No, but Paris is trying. She's getting acting jobs.
She did well in Swarm. That's another kind of thriller horror. Swarm that had Dominique, what's her name in it, about the kind of wild Stan fan. She was in that. She was good in that. Really good in that.
Yeah, she's actually all right. She's all right.
P Diddy's kids, bruv, I don't know, Destiny, man.
Yvonne said, Michael, you are not the father. He knows who that is.
He knows what they did. Yeah, it's a bit of a hard one with Michael's kids, man. I don't even know what, where, why, or how. But is this okay? So North, is that news or nonsense? It's absolutely nonsense, isn't it? Nonsense.
Every time the Kardashians appear, it's just
It's
nonsense.
nonsense. It is actually nonsense, for real. For real, for real, for real. All right, my next story is Nigerian beauty pageant wins Miss Nigeria after being chased out of Miss South Africa. So we do have a picture of her. Chidima Chidima Adetshina was born in Soweto, South Africa, to a Nigerian father and a Mozambican mother. She had to withdraw from the 2024 Miss South Africa pageant after facing intense xenophobic backlash regarding her heritage. Although she is South African citizen by birth, her Nigerian and Mozambican roots became the subject of scrutiny, so she had to withdraw. So following her withdrawal, she was invited to participate in the Miss Universe Nigeria competition, where she won. This is her winning. Adetshina will now represent Nigeria at the upcoming Miss Universe competition. So as I was thinking, should you really represent a country if you're not naturally from that country? Should there be different rules for different countries? And shouldn't beauty pageants just be abolished right now? Yes, Destiny.
Nigerian, but born in South Africa.
In South Africa, yeah. But her heritage is Nigerian and Mozambican, and she was born in South Africa. She lives in South Africa.
So her father is Nigerian.
And she's black. So at this point, it's blackness versus heritage versus citizenship versus pageantry versus South Africans not. We talked about this before with them not getting their position, their recognition. So all of that in the world of South Africa.
I still don't understand why women do these pageants. Like I'm still like, what do they get from doing this, and why are people still doing it to this day?
I thought there was a moment when they were banned. I swear they took them out of the runnings, because I remember in the 80s or I think 80s there was a time when everyone was like, "You're going to watch Miss World. You're going to watch." It was a thing.
That was huge thing to watch Miss World. Even then, I was a kid, would watch it and still think, I don't understand.
No, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing.
Oh no, I never got, because it's like, so what do you get? And then you got to like represent, and you do things as Miss Universe or Miss
you
World.
go around as a country ambassador, which is all stuff and nonsense. I don't know any. I mean, Vanessa Williams is a successful beauty pageant winner. She became a world-renowned actress. I don't know. I think there are a few maybe that are in the political stages and maybe ambassadors for their country, maybe for countries who have conflict or are considered third world, which we don't use that term anymore. But however, if they're considered that, they become ambassadors and maybe can do some advocacy for their countries. Those who take it really seriously, I think there are some benefits, but possibly it's like the OBE, like getting a Queen's honours. It's like, what you make of it is possibly what you get out of it. But on the surface, it's women parading themselves. What's the point?
No, yeah, I actually haven't thought about this properly, but I'm opposed.
I'm opposed.
I'm opposed to it. I am.
You get a sash and a crown, says Will Smith. Exactly, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's and to me, she was born in South Africa. She is a part of the South African heritage, the same as the white woman that won is a part of the South African heritage. So just because her father is Nigerian, she shouldn't have been dashed out there, but she still carried on and she's won. So, but this feels like a crazy thing in this day and age that women are doing this.
I don't know, Noki.
It's 22 hours.
Who's Noki? Was she on Big Brothers? I think Waving Cat Designs is saying.
I don't know who Noki is.
I didn't see her on Big Brother. I don't know who. I'll Google. But yes, they all want world peace.
Oh, Noki. Yes, she was. Oh, what did she go for? Was it like I can't remember what. She was in a pageant and she was very smart as well.
This is the thing. Like, I think not to completely, there's, like I said, there's the business side of it where people use it as a stepping stone to getting into UNE type conversations for their country, and they get to do maybe charity representation. But I think there's a through line of, if you really are about that life, you can potentially make it work for you for other things. But I don't know how effective it is. We should have someone. We're good to get someone on that knows that whole journey.
I'm fine to have online, Yeah. Because I really am intrigued to hear why, what are the benefits? Why are people still doing this? And then the wider issue of, should this even still be a thing,
Yeah.
realistically? Like, and upholding a very particular type of beauty, and then you get awarded that genetically you came with this, and then
Yeah.
you're able to access various different places purely
Yeah.
because of your aesthetic. Like, should this be something that we are championing on a world stage? I don't know.
I mean,
I
yeah, I don't understand. I've Googled the most. I just Googled. I don't know if this is relevant or not. Most top 10 most successful beauty pageant contestants. Gal Gadot is an actress. She won Miss Israel. Michelle Pfeiffer, an actress. Diane Sawyer, an actress. Sophia Loren became an actress. Linda Carter became an actress. Priyanka Chopra married what's his name, and she also is a UNICEF Goodwill ambassador. A civilian award. Vanessa Williams, Halle Berry, Aishwarya Rai, a Bollywood icon. So far, the list says, and Michelle Yeoh, Oprah Winfrey was Miss Black Tennessee in the 1970s. Sarah Palin, politician. Vanna White, I don't know who that is. Miss Georgia, she won. So it looks like they all go into entertainment. Where's the politics? Okay, Terry Carell Reid, Lil Rock is saying, I rate Terry Carell Reid, former Miss Jamaica Beauty with Purpose. So she's been announced as Jamaica's richest woman right now, isn't it? That's her, I think. Terry Carell Reid. I think I saw a post about her recently. She's a media personality, award-winning media and communications practitioner, and internationally acclaimed speaker. Okay, a community builder. So that's what she's done with her. I guess if that's, the catalyst from her win or something like that. I don't know. Bardi Gang and Kenya Moore, yes, they all go into entertainment mostly. It used to be a foot in the door for women previously, Will Smith says. You're muted, Nans. Can't hear ya. Yes, we do. I think a film's been made about that, John Benet Ramsey. I believe I just saw the news about John Benet Ramsey is being adapted. That story had was it media? What was the? Oh God, what was that magazine? National Enquirer in a chokehold back in the day. There's a film being made about the killing of John Benet Ramsey. Clive Owen.
Son says there's a lot of supplying rich men with beauty pageants. Precisely.
Yes.
That happens a lot.
Yes.
And building through a particular type of woman that would get served to other rich men is there's something that really, it doesn't sit well with me. This space doesn't sit well with me. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, John Benet Ramsey was a little like a beauty, like the little kiddie ones, and she was found dead due to asphyxiation. And it was always about her parents. I don't know if it was necessarily she was found in her home, and then her killer remains a mystery. She was just 6 years old, and it was like one of the big stories. It was the 90s. I thought it was in the 80s. To be fair, it was in the 90s. It was just everywhere in the 90s. No one's been arrested. So Melissa McCarthy and Clive Owen are going to be doing the adaptation of it soon. So, yeah.
No.
Oh, Body Gang. There's that. Could be a female humiliation kink for rich men, but what do they get out of it unless there was some behind the scenes things happening?
They actually get passed around. It's like as they call like the yachting season. It's a very similar thing. You parade the beautiful young women, and older rich men are able to kind of spot them, pick one. Like there are so many different things that go on, especially competitions where they field through particularly vulnerable, beautiful women, and they get fed to old, rich, fat men. Like this doesn't, and there's so many scandals and abuses that go on with beauty pageants. I think they should be gone.
I mean, to be fair, in this day and age, when we're trying to get rid of kind of sexist tropes and things like that, why the hell does this still exist? Why the hell? Anyway, so this is a nonsense story, and she should be able to compete for anyone anyhow.
She's beautiful. She should do something else with her time.
She should.
All right, we're going to our last one.
Okie dokie. Do you want to go for the next one or go for anything else?
Hang on, where are we?
Can we do a quick chicken wing update whilst you're looking?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Okay, a quick update. Remember we reported about the chicken wing thief, the woman, Farrah Nana Here, the former Illinois school cafeteria consultant. She was sentenced to 9 years after admitting to stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings. Well, what we found out is that she had a gambling addiction. So that's why she stole the chicken wings. The chicken wings were originally intended for underprivileged children during the pandemic. However, she made false orders, sold the wings, and then used the proceeds for gambling. We don't know what's happening now. We know that NFL star Chris Jones offered to pay for the wings to reduce her sentence. Don't know if that will have any impact on her sentence, though her legal team has 30 days to submit a motion to vacate her plea and request restitution instead. I'm hungry, administrator. But yes, so she had a gambling addiction. Bless her.
It must have been a crazy one because, like, not just the standard. Like, so I used to work in a betting shop in William Hill, and obviously there were people, they were addicted. Yeah, they came in every day, but they were spending like 20 quid or something. Yeah. But to blow through 1.5 million. I believe her. However, she is able to get out in it. But I don't know if I believe it.
That she had a gambling addiction?
I'm sure she did, but that amount of money was.
But over the time, she was gambling with it. She was just gambling.
Like 3 years or something.
Like, she was just going through the betting shop and like when someone just can't stop betting. Oh, betting on a win and a prayer, Yvonne, you're wicked. Destiny said 9 years will cure her addiction. Yes, it will. Will it though? Who did she sell them to? Receiving stolen goods is a crime. They've been eaten. What's the evidence? They've been eaten. I've hit my wings.
Exactly.
Listen, slot machines.
Millions though. Like, nah, Bridget. I don't know.
But she probably gave some away. She probably bought some stuff, paid some rent. Maybe she saw, and also we don't know what she's. I don't know, man. She fiddled $1 million. Doesn't mean to say she got $1 million. There's that too. She fiddled £1 million worth. She might have sold boxing for $10 because she was so desperate to get on the slots or bet on horses. I wonder what she was betting on. It wasn't even name brand chicken, Yvonne White. It was school kids chicken.
God. Yes, right. I mean, I hope she gets. I think 9 years is still harsh. 2, give her 2.
Yeah.
2 years.
There has to be more to this. Maybe she's taking the rap for somebody.
How old was she again? She needs to grasp if she is.
Laughing at Auntie Farrah. How old was she? She was like in her 60s, wasn't she? Let me find out how old she was. How old was she? Oh, bless her toes. She's 68. She's 68.
I'm grasping. I'm not doing 9 years inside for street code. Like, no.
It's true, Bardi, that she could have been selling it at a higher or lower price, for real. I know. I'm saying that's who she flogged them to. I know, but to Popeyes, okay. Sorry.
Yes, that she flogged them to even because that amount of tin. Who are you selling it to?
Yeah, no. She sold it to the people on the local mom and pop stores. She sold it for people at Thanksgiving. I got some chicken. Got some chicken wings. I don't know. I hope that she works at the prison cafeteria, but it doesn't say that she's even a good cook. She might not even be a good cook. That's why she was selling them on. She wasn't even cooking them. She was selling them. The Robin Hood of chicken wings. You guys stop.
Will Smith said she shouldn't be cooped up for this crime.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Oh, poor Auntie Farrah. Oh Farrah. Oh Farrah. But yes, what was the story? So that's absolutely a nonsense story.
The last one are supposed to be more.
Well, you guys, we're going to wrap up soon. You're not going to keep us till midnight again. But
you're not keeping us till midnight. All right, let's just get into Marlon Wayans.
Okay, Marlon Wayans. I watched all of it as well.
Shall we end on that and I do one of the more serious? ones. Like
Okay. Oh, I was going to say to you guys, if you have a story, one that you heard that you want us, a funny one, if you have a funny one. Thank you, Coco. We're having fun too.
Okay. I will do this one because it's actually like crazy. Oh, I'm wondering.
Okay.
It's a Frenchman or the. No, I'm going to go with the Frenchman. All right.
Okay.
So in the news at the moment, a Frenchman is on trial for drugging his wife and letting strangers grape his wife. Like literally, this is the craziest story. So Dominique Pelecot, a 71-year-old French retiree, he is on trial for drugging his wife Giselle. Now, why we even have their names is because Giselle was like, I am going to forego my anonymity, so that everybody knows who my husband is and what he has actually done to me. Now they're saying it could be like 92 strangers. Literally, like, she has no recollection of any of these people, nothing at all. But they were coming into her house and doing what they want with her. And they've only been able to find 50 so far. 50 different men who are at it doing some shit like this. And then there's even speculation that maybe he was doing similar to his daughter.
Yeah, and like apparently there were pictures of his daughter and stuff like that. His daughter's 45, Caroline Darien, and I when I saw the story, I was horrified. And it's the worst for the woman is that what they said is that in court she heard some of the crimes in court for the first time because she has no recollection.
Nothing, no memories, no flashes. She has just been knocked out, conked out, like, and this is happening. How did they find out about it? Have you got it there?
He was caught filming up women's skirts in a supermarket, and he was caught because of that. They investigated. I don't know how that part led to that, but okay. So for years, his wife said that in divorce proceedings, she said she was troubled by strange memory lapses, and then she was contacted by the police, and then he admitted that he gave his wife powerful tranquilizers to then do what he was doing. And then she said she had to tell her daughter.
Yeah, like this is
what that's been doing to me.
It's so you were actually this guy is so depraved, isn't it? So he's been caught upskirting, and then from there has opened up the whole depravity.
Yes.
What has he been up to for his life, though? Like, what else has he been doing? Because I just feel like this is the fringe.
Oh no! Sorry. She has 4.
I did not know this.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Really? But I read a few articles. I didn't see that. People are saying in the chat that allegedly she also has 4 STD diseases.
Yeah,
and this is including HIV.
Yeah. That's what Cat Rocks is saying. The fuck?
I mean, when you think of the sheer amount of men, the timescale, it kind of would have been a miracle for her not to have any type of STDs. I just didn't know HIV was involved. And also, it's like, so you were really out here having your wife great, unprotected. Like, just the sheer levels of what you were doing to this woman.
That's horrible. Like, and this is horrible, the woman's experience. Then as a child, your mum tells you this, and this is like the person that created you. Like, one half of the person that created you is this disgusting. I think there was a photo montages of her, the daughter Darien, was found on his computer titled "Around My Daughter Naked."
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So it's also like, who was he sharing that with? No. What else could he have been doing to his daughter when she was in the house as well, when she lived with them? So all of this, I was reading that the daughter actually has a book out as well.
Yeah,
kind of charting her kind of being, I think it was called like, I Won't Call You Daddy or something.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you daddy. But this is scary. Like, I really do feel that he has to be investigated for other things that have gone on.
100%, because I think on him, I think the Giselle, the woman, she said that the police have saved her life by investigating his computer. So it's only them looking into his computer and his background. So I think no matter what he's done, because he also that mad thing that people that do these type of crimes do is like documenting. Don't know what that thing is, keeping a trophy or some sort of documentation of the work, which is thankful that he did, because then he's been caught and it helps. But then also that's a level of madness and egotistical, psychopathic behavior that you want to document everything. Did you go back and look at it and like pat yourself on the back for what you've done? I
No, he
can't.
must have, because he was in forums and everything. He was like talking to loads of different men. That's the thing where I'm like, okay, so you opened your door to men coming in, and the age range was there. It was like 20 to 70.
Imagine
coming into your house to do things with your wife. There's always a back and forth exchange. What were you also going to other places to do?
You're right.
Really? Like, because you got to build trust with these guys. Like, what was you up to? He's in his 70s, but honestly, death penalty, something. The punishment cannot be enough for this man. Like, it's actually disgusting.
Cat Rock says she didn't recognize herself in the pics and videos as he dressed her up, and one was her neighbor. And imagine you're walking every day. I think that's quite not the whole thing's heartbreaking. You're walking outside and your neighbor's looking at you, knowing what they've done to you, and you don't know. That's fucking insane.
All manner of things. There was like a fireman that's been out with this. A journalist has been caught out in this as well. There was like a couple of doctors. It's like it's various different people. Like it's very, very gross. But also the level of the depravity of these people who were going to the house to do something to somebody who is absolutely unconscious. Like, nah. This is mad.
No. He's only just going on trial. This will definitely follow this up. This is big news. I don't even know, how do you even protect yourself from this? Because like, as someone said in the group, like he looks so average. It's not even like there's a look to look out for. And then someone's already drugging you. Well, how do you protect yourself from this?
No, definitely. I mean, I wonder, I'd actually like to research the woman's book, the daughter's book, a little bit more.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to read it though, because that's horrific.
Some types of signs. Like, because I know there's always a portion of there's signs, but not always. There are some people that are so Machiavellian, you don't know, because they may just be like normal dad. Because then he goes to work, he comes home, he sits down, we do holidays. Like, you don't know actually what else is going on with them.
But also, like what people say when we grow up in our worlds, what our world is our world. And as a kid, you accept the world you're in if it's not too even you've got kids that grow up in abuse and I thought it was normal. And then
everybody had this type of
so if you got even a semblance of normality, even if your parents are odd, even if you've got parents who are extreme religious and you're not allowed to do anything, we had to go to bed after 3 p.m. and we couldn't eat toast on Sundays, you adapt to rules that you think everyone goes through, or that this is my house and I accept it for what it is. So even if her dad was a little bit odd, there's a element that you're not going to challenge unless someone points out, unless there's the things that even down to abuse that you get taught in school and all around. Abuse is not normal. Abuse should not happen. But when it happens, people accept it. Kids especially accept it because they don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So,
no, definitely. I mean, it's one of those. It's like also, what is a normal dad?
Yeah, this is the thing. Because humans, we're odd. Humans are odd. Do odd things, like, and you just accept it as kids, especially as kids, you accept your parents for what they are in most of the time. Most of the time, you just accept the world that you're in.
That is so scary. I thought she had Alzheimer's. She had that in her memory. Oh my God.
That's the part I can't remember. So as this unlocks and unfolds, God forbid those triggering memories that you're going to see. I don't know if it is inevitable, but she might have those trigger wake up memories where shit flashback coming, because she's gonna, even, I don't even know if I choose to have therapy at this point. I might be like, keep me drugged up to my dying day. I don't want to remember a damn thing.
Just yeah,
Just let,
oh, the kind of work, because who knows what they were doing? Dude was opening the door to you to come and do stuff. Like, oh,
yeah, this is bad.
I don't even know how I wouldn't be then on trial for somehow I got in and I killed him.
There's that.
Mm-mm. I don't know. Because that is something else, man.
Yvonne, we were trying to avoid Andrew and his nonsense as on different. But anyway, this story was absolute news. We will keep you updated of it, because
how it comes along.
Yeah, we were avoiding Andrew Tate. He said some stupid shit about being mixed race and aligning with the whites and their opinions of carnival. But Andrew deserves nothing because he needs to go under the jail.
He literally just does this, and we don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, save your eyes from his nonsense. He's horrid.
He's just living clickbait at this moment in time, and hopefully the Romanian authorities will just lock him and his brother up, and he too will be a part of the internet history that we're like, remember when he was a thing, and we can forget all about it.
Rid of him. He talks nonsense. He can align with them all they want. He's still going to jail about his mixed races, half black, half white side. And I've never actually heard him speak about black issues, so he's lying about that too.
Definitely.
Yeah, Cat Rocks. It's so awful. It's awful. I don't even know. Does France have? No, it doesn't have the death penalty. I don't know. I don't know about France's legal. You don't really have cases like that coming from France as well.
I don't know. This is going to be a good one to actually keep an eye on, just to see.
Like, their system. Yeah. All right, let's lighten the air and sage it out. Have we got something fun to end on?
Well, let's discuss Marlon Wayans quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
So Marlon Wayans has an interview on Club Shay Shay. It's doing very, very well. It's almost on 3 million. And this has been like a huge up middle finger to DJ Vlad, who tried to out Marlon Wayans a couple of months ago, saying he wanted 40K for an interview on his platform, and he wasn't worth that, because whenever he does an interview, it doesn't get more than 100K views. He went on Club Shay Shay and it's on more than 2 million in, I think it's 2 days or something. But it's actually a really interesting interview that he's done on there. And he exposes various different elements of Hollywood, but notably talking about Harvey Weinstein, and that the Weinstein brothers basically stole scary movies from them. Yeah. And just being shafted in lots of different ways, actually. But, and especially his sister. And he talks about how talented she is, but the Hollywood execs just don't ever push her forward because various reasons, acceptabilities of what they expect black women to look like. She doesn't fit for that. But also then not trusting that she can lead on projects as well. It's an interesting one. I was like, this is a very good interview for a man of his stature, really talking the things, like just being like, this is what it is in Hollywood.
It's a really good interview. I watched it all, and I was very much giving my church mama, yes, man, the importance of family, and they just grew up. It really leans into the importance of family. And for those who have it, who are blessed to have that family, who aren't, that family structure and support are giving you that kind of level of confidence and in what you do. So even if you misstep, you've got family to back you. His brothers really taught him. They weren't easy on him as much as he was the baby. So what he learned being the baby, soaking up everything, and having his brothers being tough, but like, if you're not funny, you're not going to get anywhere with it. They gave him so much great advice. And I just think it's a very beautiful, warm and fuzzy interview that touches on so many things. But all I got it from the importance of family and how beautifully and wonderfully talented Black people are, and the Wayans family deserve to be mentioned in the same way we talk about the Jacksons. That level of this is, or the way we talk about, wow, what kind of white family gets mentioned in that? Well, I guess the Kardashians, and for lack of a better family, but this kind of legacy industry family, this is who we should be talking about. Black people should be not looking towards as in put them on a pedestal, but we're talking about a family legacy, a dynasty who've contributed so much to the entertainment world that we don't understand, and they're not necessarily recognized. And if we're talking about giving people flowers before they pass, the Wayans family need their flowers, because we've definitely benefited from their input into entertainment culture.
Yeah, definitely. And that they continuously try to do it independently.
Yes, that
Because
part.
they could, like, actually, like, really working independently and getting shafted
Yeah.
time and time again. I just loved how he went into, you know, like, they didn't have to do anything because God did it. Like, all of those people that were doing various shoddy deals, and hopefully it will all be brought to light. All of the various different factions that kept on doing shitty practices in business will come to light, and they will be removed. But Harvey and his brother, I'm glad that they've been outed as well.
Yeah, definitely. And he also spoke about being a father to a trans child, and I liked it was a little short bit at the end. I could have gone into a bit more, but he just spoke about him just letting go. He said it took him a week to figure it out, a week to get out of his feelings about okay, my son is going to transition into a girl, so he now has a daughter. And he said it took him a week to get over himself. Then he said, just be free. Just the importance of having a happy child and a child that's comfortable. That's more important than anything you can project as a parent onto your children. And it's something that's parents, it is very difficult to not project your fears and insecurities onto your child. But this is he said, I'm a very alpha, not a very heterosexual man. I'm not gay, I'm not anything. And I've got a trans child, and I'm happy with my child, man. So really good. It's a nice little warm one.
It is. I think it's going to do quite good numbers as well. Obviously, it's not like a Cat Williams,
but it's millions. It's all right, man.
He's doing really well. He isn't exposing all the things, but he exposes enough.
Yeah.
I liked how he did this.
Yeah.
And also what he was saying about being 52 and stepping to another stage in his life and being like, I basically have 30 years of experience. Now you're going to see greatness come from me. And it's like, I'm just glad about that.
It's what we're talking about.
Highlighted way more. That needs to be celebrated. Like, actually mature into your greatness. Your peak shouldn't be in your 20s. Like, you need to live more. You need to live, you need to have life, you need to have tried different things, see different perspectives, and then you step into your greatness. And it happens later on in life. It's like, you got time. So I like that he spoke on that. Like, literally, now you're gonna see what I've learned. Now I've done my 10,000 hours.
Sorry, I've misgendered. His daughter's transitioned into a boy. So Kai, his oldest child, uses he and they. So my bad. Sorry, I thought I heard him say daughter. So he's got a son. Way originally had a daughter.
Originally a daughter. Oh, okay.
I think he's 22 now. So his trans son is 22. For apologies for misgendering, I didn't realise. So yeah, the interview's got like 2 point something views as well, and he was very funny. I've met Marlon Wayans. I have a picture. I should have had one ready. I have to go and dig it out. I've met him. He's very beautiful in real life.
Handsome chappy.
Handsome.
He said he's also ready for marriage now, isn't he?
Yeah. Cool. We had him slightly in the bin because he said that. What did he say about his mum and dating? That the reason why he never married is because of his mum. But
yeah,
he did speak so wonderfully about his mum, and I felt bad for putting him in the bin. But I mean, you say things, you know that people are going to comment, so you know.
I still think that is
an excuse.
Dodgy position that a lot of mothers have with their kids to kind of live through them, and then your child takes on your anxieties and they don't live to their fullest. Now, that may not be his story. It could have been an excuse, but it's not like it's unheard of that a mother can rely, especially upon the youngest, to kind of be there for them when life is slightly different.
Yeah,
That is definitely a thing.
administrator, and they're not available if he has to move to Canada for you. You need to move to him, to be honest. I'm very well. Am I available for Marlon Wayans? He is beautiful on looks alone, and he's a bit funny. I would like him, but does he like girls like me? Is the question. Sorry, administrator. Calm down. I'll come. I'm calm. I'm calm. But yeah. Okay, guys. You got. I couldn't find a funny story. I was trying to look. There was. What did I find? Could I find something? Odd stories.
Hang on.
Oh God, I hate this new paywall on these platforms. If you don't want that ad.
Stories, anyone, we try and end on a funny story. Now we need to actually find a funny story to add to the top.
But exactly. I don't know. Can't find one. Oh, that's a weird one, but okay, can't see. Let's see. Anyone got a new story? Anything got going on in you lot's world?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what's interesting.
Like that.
Sorry, but also, while we're trying to Reagan's apology.
Oh God, we don't accept it. It's too late. 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 Let's get into Reagan's apology. What does she actually say? Finally, after all her arrogance, I think she said she's let down the whole breakdancing community.
She said
Reagan apologizes to breakdance community for.
Yeah, she said that. When she finished, she apologized.
But this has been updated. Apparently, the news has just come out. They said it like recently that she's apologized for the backlash. I don't know. I saw the news come up again. Like there is when she had another interview with the project, and yeah, she said she doesn't. I don't know. Jimmy Fallon's mocked her, and now she's apologizing. I don't accept the apology. It's too late to apologize. You should never have done it in the first place.
She had her minutes.
Oh, show reader. What's that? Please help me, Will Smith.
Try the
show reader function. Okay. She said the Aussie breaking community accepted and she deserved it. Okay, I thought she apologized. She can kick rocks for saying that. How dare she? White Chicks is a classic. Someone else said something else. Shaquille Ramiro. We went deep into Shaquille on the show. Yes, on Wednesday.
Watch our main show, Your Aunties Could Never podcast. Watch that live that we did. All four of us were in this week. Yes, watch that, and we expose the latest grifter that is out there trying to get all of the Black British women to sign up to his fortress so that he can tell them how to find a man.
Yeah, long.
Definitely a weirdo, a grifter. Shaquille Ramiro. Yeah, we're on to him.
Do not join his fortress. Do not. But yeah, I guess that's it, my girls and guys. We gotta go. I can't find any odd news.
Oh, no, still laughing at that. But yeah, it's a good live. It's a good one. But so next week we are back in the studio.
Yes, we are. And you guys are back with your Labrish every day.
Yes, we're back with Labrish on Monday at 1 p.m. Yes, we're back in business.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us again. I do like doing our Friday lives. They're quite fun. I rebuke Daniel's fortress. We all rebuke that. Fortress.
Spread the word. Tell all the women. Do not
get locked up in that fortress. I beg. Don't give him any money. What was it? £40 a month, whatever. And it goes up to 50.
Saying, "Oh, I don't want you to go."
Sister, I miss you so much. It's ridiculous. I haven't seen you since Ghana. Miss you.
Oh, Yvonne says my grandson wanted to say hello, but he's now asleep on my lap.
Oh, sleep tight. Sleep.
Oh, look, you're being a good grandma and having your grandson over.
Yes. Oh, do you know what I love waving cat designs when you've got something good on and you're doing your hair and the time just flows. You don't get to think about it. Because when I used to twist my hair, I go through my stages. When I do grow my hair, having just all the things ready to watch.
Listen, oh my God. I want to start plaiting my hair. And I'm trying to find that window of like the 2 days to kind of like do it in the evenings. When I do my hair, usually I go through all the pods. It's like Joe Budden because he's 3 hours. So I may like save up 2 Joe Budden episodes.
Yeah.
6 hours done. Tisa tells when she goes live because they're usually like an hour to 2 hours. I'll have her on as well. Oh my God, I love it. The receipts, I go through them, and then maybe I would find something a bit more kind of like metaphysical on Black Magic. Yeah, Black Magic 363. I go on his platform.
I always, because usually, because like I said, what I have to do, especially if I'm doing voting, so I'll put on all the films that I need to watch. So there's that. I'll put on series that I've got to get through. Who's it? Waving Cat Designs. Chaos is actually good. It takes a while to kick in for me, but then when I'm someone that I stick to it, I rarely give up on something unless it's absolutely diabolical. So I watched all of Chaos. I liked Chaos by the end of it. It makes sense. Okay. I kind of stick with it. It's good.
Oh, as she says, I'm getting ready to be outside. Yo, great company. Yay! Go out there.
Ronald, she didn't give me physical advice, as I said. Not that as I said, but watching her in motion was the best advice for me. And it was everyone around you, your team needs to be as on it as you are, because you can't have slippers in your team. You can't have people that are not on it the way that you're on it. And her work ethic is beyond.
And Sade's vlogs. They're short. I need longer ones. Like I go for long.
Sade's vlogs are cute, really cute.
I've watched their vlogs.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, like when they pop up for me, I give her a couple of views. So everybody else should do the same, please.
Yeah, exactly. I watch Sade's vlogs too. They're really cute. She's so sweet. Love Jeff Goldblum too. I've met him too. I've got a picture of him somewhere. I can't find it. He's quite fun. I hope there's a second season. It's left on the edge of needing it.
Bardigan says, ladies, I've had your shows running, the older ones when I'm cooking or cleaning. It's been fun. I might start the Joe Budden one. Is it really good? I love Joe, so I'm biased.
Yeah. I mean, I go through stage. No, I've been on a run with him. I've had to switch off for a second because I've been doing my video essays moments. But yeah, Joe Budden is something. He's good to fall asleep to. It's really wild.
He's got a tone in his voice, but also there's a way that they all banter with each other. Like Joe Budden's pod, I actually got into it to just learn about podcasting, and I have learned a lot from Joe Budden. Definitely, even if it's how you don't want an episode to go, but their banter is flawless. Like when they're on a run. I don't think there's too many podders that are better than Joe. Really.
Yeah, it's good. Fight Night. What's Fight Night on? Because I want to watch that. I've missed. I can't remember what channel it's on. What channel is it on?
Reasonable Doubt. I don't know what that is.
Destiny says I watch too when cooking when you guys are live, and I have to wash my hands because I want to comment.
That's funny.
That's funny. But yeah, man,
I will try Chaos.
Chaos is. I think that it it depends on what your entry point is into a show. For me, it kicked in by episode 5, but there was enough to keep me. I know, but there was enough to I had to see how it worked, because first I was like, no, then I was like, okay, and then 5, it literally is like, let's go. But you might get into it beforehand.
Yeah. Let's see. Another channel that you guys really should watch his stuff is FG Signifier. It's just FG, isn't it?
RD Signifier, isn't it?
See.
FD signifier.
FD.
Yeah.
I just love how he breaks down
It's amazing.
so
It's brilliant.
different topics and goes into it.
Yeah.
He is just great. He
Yeah.
is great, and there's a lot on there as well. Actually, at one stage, I was gonna go and is it Patreon? I was gonna pay to watch his videos.
Yeah, I'm close to like
longer versions. But yes, he's a good one as well.
The Tower. I haven't watched all of it. I've watched some. Jimmy Akimbola. We gave him an Honours Award at us film festival on the weekend. We love Jimmy. He's a good friend. Yeah, I do like the Greek mythology of it all. Chaos is good. It is good. Power book. I've given up on all the power stuff. Who's the Insta guy? Any updates? Cher's asking for Insta. Are you talking about Shaquille? Listen, guys, stop being brainwashed by Shaquille. Why do you not want to talk about him so much? No updates on the Insta guy. That's what you're talking
so funny. We're putting things in place to give you updates on him. Don't worry, it's coming.
Where's the live show link?
Okay, let me put that in the chat again.
You guys are sneaking. We said bye about 45 minutes ago. You're keeping us in the money. You lot think you're smart.
All right. Okay, so
have you got it? I've got it. Have you got it? You got it?
Yeah. Cool. It's here. All right, everybody, especially if you're in London, we have our live show happening at Market House in Brixton on the Thursday, the 26th of September. Doors open sharp at 7 o'clock. It is going to be one of the best nights that you've ever had.
It's funny. It's so funny. Listen, Ronald, stop it. No signing up for the Fortress. And Destiny, we know your game. We know what you're up to. We know what you're up to. My toes are cold. I think I've given my daughter, I had a cold this whole week from doing the film festival. I was so run down. And now my daughter's sick. She said she's got a temperature. I feel so bad.
I think we are almost at the end for the discount code. You know, if people are members, maybe there's 3 more discounted tickets available.
Hurry up.
So, yes, if you are a member and you know what the discount code is, get your tickets like ASAP. It will be really fun.
Book up. Treats and trips. Share, back away from Shaquille, back away from the Fortress. Oh, Ronald, you asked that last time. Will we stream the live show? We're going to try and record it. It might be an audio.
Yeah.
I think we can't.
I don't know. We've got to do this one first
and figure it out.
And then see the lay of the land. And then maybe October or November we'll try. But yeah, it kind of depends. Like, even if we do stream it, it would definitely only be to the members anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll try and work it out. We just don't know. We don't know how many people's going to be there. We don't know if we're going to be able to have a proper camera.
Yeah, we need to figure it out. It's our first.
To see.
It's like a residency. It's like there are not many podcasts that have a residency. This is our first time trying it out. So we're going to be growing and shaping it with you guys. So, you know, yeah.
Oh, Barbie Gang says I'm coming.
Yay.
I always said I wanted to go to your live shows. This is the first time I've been to an event like this. You're going to love it.
Oh, nice. Yvonne went to Kane Brown's show, said it was really good. Rated 18 live.
I so wanted to go to that, and then I missed it, and then it sold out. And it's like, I love them. They are also, I find their pod flipping hilarious.
Yeah.
They are great.
Yeah.
Ashley says, keep it up, guys. I'm almost ready.
You're trying it. But yeah, get your tickets, man. Hurry up and get your tickets, please. Please, yes. You'll be down the road. Where are you going to be, sister?
Oh, yes. My sister also has an event.
Is it?
Piano House. She's at Piano House, and that's a whole day event. Is it Women in Business that you're doing?
Drop a link, sister.
Yes. Sister, tell everybody about it as well. And it's also going to be in Brixton. Yeah, it's Piano House.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, come on. Right, quickly. And also, if you wanted to go on a retreat to Ghana, my sister is also one of the facilitators for that. And that is happening in Ghana in Abri on the 19th to the 24th of October as well. You can find out all the details if you go onto Insta and type in a queer pim retreat. A queer pim retreat. Yes.
Hey,
details on that.
I can't go.
What, to Ghana?
No.
No.
I got film festival stuff. I'm happy to be doing it.
But yeah.
What's it called?
It is AKUAPEM.
Oh, EM, Equipim. And then what's the thing? Nature retreat. Here we go. I found it. That's not fair.
Can you drop that in there as well? People can find out more detail.
I can't find the page. I can't find. Oh, there we are. That's not fair.
Are you dropping it in the chat?
No, I'm dropping it in the link.
There you go.
Yeah.
Click on that, guys. Look at all of the details there. It's going to be really good. My sister is facilitating the ceremonies, plant medicine ceremonies like ayahuasca.
Are you going?
No, I'm not going.
We're going February. Let's go in February.
February's one I'm more likely to go to.
Okay.
That one as well. And that will be the actual one.
Virgin's going to be flying from Ghana from May.
Is it?
We hope there'll be more competitive prices. Aquia, yes, it is a very common name in Ghana. There's lots of us.
Because it's Wednesday born, Ronald.
Yeah,
so
we have day names. So in Ghana, we have a name for every day of the week for the men and the women and different tribes. However, so commonly there's a lot of people with Aquia. My first name is actually Nano, like Nano, and all that good stuff. There's lots of us.
My day name is Ya. That's Thursday born.
Mm-hmm.
My mum already had a daughter who was also called Ya. So then I have a title name.
Yeah.
Nana. So that's more of a title name. It's like it means queen or chief, king, elder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a title name.
That's why we're the best perfect match for a girl group, because we're both really called Nana. We're the Nana Aunties. The Nanas. But okay, guys, stop trying it. It's bedtime. It is bedtime.
The way it works every time we come on and we say we're only going to be with you for an hour and a half. We are now almost 2.5 hours in because of you guys. Don't worry, I'm still trying to get the girls to say that they will do a 24-hour marathon live.
I can do it. I'm going to read. Look, maybe I should do this. Pick a book.
Watch you read it.
No, pick a book, any book, and I'll read to you. Guys, I've got a library. Look, I've got a library. I can read all these books to you. Look.
Does anybody want to be listening to AK reading you a book during a 24-hour?
Yes, you do.
Honestly, please.
It's
not a Ghanaian name.
Please do. That would be great. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Waving Cat Designs. I hope you're saying yes to me anyway. We are. Nobody, gang, relax. Of course you do.
We're like children.
Everyone's saying no. Everyone's saying no. Waving Cat Designs, please. Thank you. I'll just read to Waving Cat Designs. Thank you.
Yeah, no reading. Just you not chatting. Exactly.
No. Waving Cat Designs wants to hear me read. Pick a book. Look, I can read Love in Color, 6 out 7. We've got More Perfect. We've got Akala's book. I can go through all my Vibe magazines and my Source magazines. This has been so much fun.
While she's doing all of that, we will all be sleeping. But I definitely want us to do a 24
Ronald, shall I do that? Shall I read The Shining? Okay, we want to play, not sleep. Listen, Destiny.
Exactly. Destiny, love you.
You know, me. I love a nice full book. So thank you, Waving Cat Designs. Bedtime story. Thank you, Lil Rock. Thank you. Bedtime story. Listen, it's going to be a thing. I'm going to find it.
Do it on a separate stream. We will just keep
Let
on
me
doing
try.
our chat stream and people can go between the two.
This is how it will be. Hi, my name's Queer Champy, otherwise known as Auntie AK. I'm going to read a bit of Trees by Percival Everett.
Let's not kill the live. Let's end on a nice note.
I hate y'all. Waving cat design is me and you to the end.
Basically. Oh, good. Yes, we will do a live 24-hour fun. It will happen. Who do you think will sleep first?
Nana.
No, that's actually like my sister will say. That's not my bag.
You won't sleep.
Probably going to
the
stay up the longest, and I can go through the night very easily.
Yeah, true. I think I'll definitely be last woman standing too. I should do a book club and Waving Cat Designs.
I think probably. I feel like maybe Farrah could be the first.
She. The only reason why I said you first, but even though your competitive side will keep you going, I definitely can keep going. I think we all will.
It's not even competitiveness. I can just go without sleep very easily. Like it's a thing. So it wouldn't. That's why I would keep on saying it. It's not a hard thing for me to do. To not go to sleep for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Sade would stay awake too.
I think we all would.
Up.
I think we would all stay awake.
Yeah, I wonder. That would be an interesting one.
Thank you, administrator. This book club is
coffee. What's a coffee?
Farrah drinks coffee.
Oh, does she drink coffee? Okay. Yeah.
But you can eat, you can drink, we can like go to the toilet and stuff.
And like the ones that I've watched, usually it's about 8 to like 11 in the morning when it starts flagging. When it's like, because you get super tired, but yeah, we'll sort it out.
We'll try. I mean, how many people? At the end of the day, it's not what's the end goal? It's just to prove that we can do it, or is there a prize?
Would you guys give us an end goal? I don't know. What's the end goal?
What do we achieve for doing it? Because at some point, it's like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Because it's like, because also that means on either side, I'm going to lose a day and probably another day, because once my sleep pattern's messed up, like, okay, Ronald, we're not in Guantanamo Bay. Like, this isn't a detention camp. Ah, damn.
Yes. Just said making us happy.
Oh, look. Making us happy and raise money for a charity. I would like to. I just don't trust charities. I need to find a charity that maybe the ACLT then.
ACLT, definitely.
Yeah.
We should do this somehow, and then people can like dip in, and then maybe we could rest, and somebody else comes onto the stream, like another set of podders. They carry on a bit, like something. I just feel like there's some way that us under like UK lot could do a 24-hour live stream.
Yes, if Bardi Gang, it could be a telethon or a podathon to raise money for the pod. Not to take away from charity. Maybe we can do a percentage to charity and the rest goes into the pod. How about that?
Yeah, I like that.
The Netherlands. Oh, good grief. 150 hours of content, no breaks. Okay.
What?
That's just, I mean, it's enough. I don't have...
There's lots of different people working together. Yeah,
I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. I don't mind. I don't mind losing that battle. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
As she said, us is the end goal.
Right, exactly. And I love you all. And
you guys really do want Shaquille on the pod, innit? You really
innit? But to be fair, I would get him on and say, listen, because I hope he's a good sport. We cussed him out the other day. We laughed at him.
Like he actually got gunned. I don't know. I mean, it would be jokes to sit down and chat with him and really drill down in.
Yeah, we definitely talk to him.
Funny.
Let's reach out. Let's reach out.
Yeah. All right.
Guys,
We'll give the people what they want. We'll get Shaquille one. He may say no.
he may say no. He might say you guys were so damn rude and mocking me. He might then try. He might think he can look into the eyes, look around my eyes, look into my eyes, and get us.
I'm speaking to the mic.
Yeah, we could do it with collaboration. We could do that, sis. We could.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
His ideas.
Yeah.
Lord,
Oh,
guys.
you guys. Okay.
It's 10:56. You are out of order. I'll chase you off and I'll pick the thickest, driest book I've got in here because I've definitely got some dry books in here and read.
We are off now. Thank you so much for joining us again. So next Friday, yeah, we will be back 8 p.m.
What, doing his pod with on the horse?
Oh my God.
Imagine if he rode in. Anyway, guys, stop it. Stop it.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week, 8 p.m.
Bye.
Tell a friend.
Sleep
Bye-bye.
well.